game. It's not logical, but you contemplate. Are we? Am I? Still I ask myself, are we, am I?
Sacre bleu! That's the only French I really know. What's up, everybody? It's time for a Montreal Canadiens stream. Woo! We know. What else do we know? Parlez-vous français? No, monsieur. No. Listen, welcome to the Montreal Canadiens Washington Capitals series. A series that everybody's like, listen, this it's going to be over real quick. It's going to be over. The Capitals got this in a walk. Capitals got this. Listen, respect the young Canadians. Love the work they've done this year. Love that Demidov kid. Looks like he's going to be a star. Looks like he's going to be great. He's going to be great. He's going to be super. But, this is just not maybe this is the year. Maybe the truly best Russian doesn't wear 8. Maybe he wears 93. The number of our Lord and Savior, Douglas Gilmour. Have you thought about that? Listen, I'm pumped. We got the Montreal Canadiens stream. The playoffs have officially started. Producer Hayden is here. Is Justin here? Is Justin here? Is Robert here? Who's here? Okay, Rob is here tonight. What's up, Rob? Guys, so excited. Cosmo Kramer says Caps in 3. This one's over before it even started. Yo, we don't know that. We don't know that. Actually, there was a Montreal Canadiens fan in the chat before the show even started. I was looking at the chat. I was spying on you guys. And the guy's like, he lied. Okay. I'm going to just tell you that he lied. And he said, you know what? Win or lose, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy because, we had no expectations going into this year. And I'm just happy that they made it. So I'll be happy either way. No, you won't. See, this is where the house money thing ends. For everybody else, they'll be like, oh, those Canadians, they're cute. But for you, you're going to get a taste of the playoffs and you're going to be upset when they go down. I can remember Toronto playing Washington after their big playoff drought. Okay. Same team, same position. Toronto barely got in. Washington was the best team in the league, or one of the best teams in the league. And Toronto at one point got up 2-1 in the series. 5 of the 6 games went to overtime. I'll never forget it. Kasperi Kapanen from Brian Boyle, 4th liners. Are you serious? And Montreal, I have to tell you, the Leafs went up 2-1 on the Caps. Okay, 2-1. And I just sat there. And I was like, yo, what if they do this? And then after game 4, when the Caps tied up the series, I was like, but they could still do this. And then the Leafs went down 3-2 in the series, and I was like, okay, but they're going to win the next game and at least push it to 7. And then they lost. And that's when I felt it for the first time in a while. Remember, I'm a Leafs fan. We'd missed the playoffs a lot. And I was sitting there and I was like, well, that wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy that. Maybe next year they should win more. And the next year, do you know how many more games they won? More? 1 more game. They lost to Boston in 7 games. And that, fast forward, is basically how we got here. All right? So if you're a Montreal Canadiens fan and you're telling me that you don't really, I'll be happy no matter what, no matter how this, no. The house money phase is over for you. Welcome to the I want to win and there's expectations and they better meet my expectations phase. It's long, it's arduous, it's painful, it gives you grace. Oh, you think this is going to be fun? Oh, it'll be fun. But baby, it's over. We're not just fun and cute anymore. Now we're trying to win. And I know you guys know what it feels like. I mean, you guys got all the way to the finals. But I'm just telling you, as a rebuild expert, which Toronto has had to be, because let's be honest, they rebuilt and then they rebuilt a lot and it was bad. I'm telling you, this is where the pressure starts. Once that puck hits the ice, face-off win, you're going to be like, you know what? Screw it. I don't even care. Beat the Caps. Come on. And by the way, C. Kinley says, Tyler Bozak, most underrated Leaf ever. No one ever can tell me otherwise. I love that man. He did win. He did do a good job in that series. Caps in 4, says C. Kinley. Also, any idea what time today's pod will be up? I can tell you right now that Jesse is editing it in the studio downstairs right now. Now, for Washington fans, you guys had a crazy year. You guys have had a crazy year. How great has your year been? You got the Ovi chase. You had the Ovi chase. Ovi scored 895. Oh, yeah, and you won a bunch of games, too. Didn't win the President's Trophy. Didn't probably want to win the President's Trophy. It's, no, Winnipeg can have that. We've won that before. Don't need it. Right? Yeah? Well, I have to tell you that your phase of, oh, this is a fun year is over now, too. Because you just finished first in the East, kids. And you have expectations. Ovi had 895. Do you really want to go out in the season where he had 895 goals? Like where he got past the Wayne Gretzky thing. You want to go out in the first round? And let's be honest here. The Caps, let's talk about the regular season here and how it ended for them. Well, it's a 4-1 win by the Blue Jackets and a 7-0 win by the Blue Jackets and just edged by the Hurricanes. And, the Islanders beat you in the 895 game. Hurricanes beat you a couple nights before, 5-1. It was not a great April for the Washington Capitals. It was a great April. See what I did there? I'm just saying. Puck's about to drop. We're going to find out. Rubber meets the road. And by the way, Ivan Demidov is the only person in either lineup who has played in the playoffs already this year as he played in the KHL playoffs. Here we go. Boom, we got a face-off. And they didn't even fake drop the puck. Lucky us. Uh, Hayden says, "How long before Carey Price plays games for the Habs?" I think he is done, Hayden. He is on his farm in BC somewhere, being a farmer, being a farmer. He is. Carey Price is now a farm. What's that? I know he's not playing. Hayden's trying to get me to spread malicious lies about Carey Price ever playing again. No way. No way. By the way, starting lineups tonight. Whoa! We got a nice little save. Whoa, Montembeault. Connor McMichael almost had Montembeault there. Okay, so we got Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky on the first line. Anderson, Dvorak, Gallagher, Line New Hook, Demidov, Heineman, Evans, and Armia. And then on defense, Matheson, Carrier. What a pickup Carrier's been, eh? Like, it's kind of crazy. Kent Hughes deserves so much credit for just, hey, I'm going to call Barry Trotz and see what he'll give me for basically free. Gooley, Hudson, Struble, and Savard. And by the way, these games that we're watching, however long the Habs playoff run is, these will be David Savard's last games in the NHL. So you know he's going to be playing hard. He is shaped like a tree. The only NHL player I think I've ever seen, besides that guy Olivier in Columbus, who is also shaped like a tree. And an old tree, not a young tree. A very thick tree. There's McMichael, Wilson. McMichael's in front. Good save by Montembeault. Well, the crowd's excited. They're into this. Now, let's have a look at the Washington Capitals here in a second. Caden Gooley shoots wide. Suzuki down deep. Gooley's in there. I want to say, this is a pretty start. We had a couple starts that have been so that's not bad. I thought maybe there'd be a bigger hit thrown. We had a couple scoring chances on Montreal. We could do better. They're feeling each other out. 18-20 in the first, by the way. Oh, nice little lead pass there. Oh, Demidov over to Line. Oh. Boy, you know what? I forgot a little bit how fast the Caps are. I mean, Montreal's fast. We know that. We know they can skate. The Caps they'll just skate and skate and skate and skate. Van Riemsdyk with a shot. It's tipped wide. Puck picked up, cleared down the ice, and we got an icing right over the Chipotle sign. Oh, no, we don't. They waved it off. TVR did not get there fast enough. By the way, what a career. Hayden just asked me what my Chipotle order is. I don't have a Chipotle order. I have been to Chipotle. This is embarrassing. One time. And it was a long time ago, and I can't remember what I ordered. What's yours? What should I order at Chipotle? By the way, since we're in stoppage of play here, let's go through the Caps lines. Ovechkin, Strome, Beauvillier, McMichael, Dubois, Wilson, Mangiapane, Eller, Leonard, Duhaime, Dowd, Radish, Chikrin, Carlson, Sandine, Roy, Alexiev, and Van Riemsdyk. And it looks like Eller was kicked out of the faceoff draw there, so it's going to be Mangiapane against Evans, and Evans wins the draw. Evans just signed that 3-year extension to stay in Montreal. He could have been traded at the trade deadline. Imagine Montreal trades him. Do they make the playoffs? I know he's the fourth line center, but do they make it? He's been pretty valuable. Probably they still make it. But kind of cool that he stuck around. Clearly he loves it. And a great contract extension for a good guy. Ooh. Eller's already in playoff mode, flying the chicken wings out. Oh, I missed a couple super chats. Hang on. I'm going to get to you. Here we go. First off, Leif. What are your thoughts on the Kraken's moves? Felt like Francis should have been fired instead of Bilesma, and I hate the Botterill promotion to GM. Gallagher just took a nasty cross-check to the face, which he probably is selling just a little bit. I mean, listen, if you're a Canadiens fan, I hope I'm not being offensive. I mean it as in he's a vet. He knows what he's doing. Drag him in, right? Take it. Oh, my face. Oh, it really hurts. Look. Oh, yeah, he got him. Oh, no, he got him on the chin. He caught him. And then TVR goes in and tries to get him again. No penalty on that at all? All right. I mean, it's the playoffs, man. Leaf, for the Kraken, they're a mess. And Dan Bilesma was a mess. And Dan Bilesma did a bad job and needed to be let go of. Not a guy that I don't think should be coaching in the NHL again anytime soon. The Kraken were terrible this year. Good for Jessica Campbell for hanging on. Ron Francis needed to be kicked upstairs. Botterill is a GM. I mean, it's hard to get a sense of how good he may or may not be because he was the GM of the Buffalo Sabres and they're a tire fire from ownership down. So maybe he's good, maybe he's not. But if it was Ron Francis' decision to hire Botterill, which I don't think it was, I think they kicked him upstairs. He may have had a role in it. Probably hockey people know each other, and he's getting another chance. That's my bet. Cassie, draft lottery question. Is it true that if one of the Sharks or Hawks win the lottery this year, they can't win the first overall pick next year? Oh, yeah, because it's the 2 of 3 rule, isn't it? Hayden, can we look that up? I think it's 2 of 3, or you can't win 3 first overalls in a row. I think that's what it is. Or 3 first overalls in 3 years. It's got to be 2 and 3 or something. Because, yeah, they're the last 2. But, yeah, I believe, Cassie, that there is some truth to that. But I'm having Hayden look it up to check for me. A team cannot win the lottery more than twice in a 5-year span. That's because the Oilers won it every year and still sucked about 15 years ago. Thanks, Oilers. So, for Montreal to win this series, they're just going to have to be young and hungry and never give up. And the guy that, strangely enough, embodies that the most is Brendan Gallagher, who's had a really renaissance year. I have to respect it. He's amazing at this age to be doing what he's doing, being the leader that he is. Watch his forechecks. Ooh, and maybe if you want to win the series, don't give up opportunities like that. The Caps have had 3 solid open looks at Montembeault, who's been strong. There's Demidov behind the net. I am so excited to see what he can do. Newhook around to Demidov. Line with the hit. Interesting to put Line and Demidov together. The all-offense line. Please don't start us in the defensive zone. Oh, God, please don't. By the way, Hayden, a lot of people in the chat saying Chipotle's mid. Just throwing that out there. Watermelon 3 does not understand my comment. I said Habs need to be the young, fun team, and isn't it funny that Brendan Gallagher sums that up? Yeah, that was the point, because he's old, but he plays like a young man. Sorry, next time I'll spell it out. He does. Never quits on the forecheck. I love that guy. People are saying subpar. Wow. Chipotle is mid. You can prep and make all that overpriced food at home. Damn. Whew. PLD, there's another guy who had a great year this year. Great year. And he needed one because he was on the verge of, looks like Matheson's missing a stick. He was on the verge of, I don't know. I mean, he wasn't going to play himself out of the league, but it's like, oh, you're just not that good. And now we see this year that he is actually that good. And LA's probably going, listen, we like that this trade worked out for us, but where the hell were you last year? Kind of amazing the reclamation projects that Washington has been able to do. Like you look at Lindgren and net, you look at Chikrin, and Chikrin wasn't even like a reclamation project so much as he was a Senator and they were all bad last year, so he didn't. And then he played with the Coyotes and they weren't all that great. And you see him on a good team now, you're like, oh, not that he was never great, he was, but it doesn't shine as brightly when you're on a bad team. Does Logan Thompson fit that group? Logan Thompson, 3rd round pick, right? That's what they traded for him. I don't think it was a reclamation project so much as he was a guy that made a trade request and wanted to go. And Vegas was like, hell yeah, we love trading guys. And we love embarrassing them too. Do you guys know he was on an autograph table when they traded him? He was literally at the draft autographing stuff for fans, Vegas fans. Oh, nice move. And he got the call from Vegas. They're like, "Hey, just before you sign all those autographs, you're not a Knight anymore." And so he signed them anyway, which I think is pretty cool. Cassie, so if one or two of the Blacks or Sharks win this year, that means they can be second overall at the highest, or am I misunderstanding? Thanks, guys. I'm not used to this. Cassie, I think you're right. I think second overall is the highest, meaning you can't win first overall pick because that's what counts as a first overall. Sorry, a win is a win. But frankly, you look at the players that the Sharks and the Blackhawks got with their first one, Bedard and Celebrini, franchise-altering players. If either of them win it again this year or next year, they're going to get franchise-altering players. McKenna looks scary. It's going to be fun. Whatever. Oh, I can only win it once, so too bad. Or I mean, twice. Look at this. I've just changed the face of my franchise for the next 20 years. Oh, Cooley just got it. Woo! Oh, we got some big hits. We got some big moves. Oh, this game is a lot more open than I would have expected from the Washington Capitals. Caps fans, are you surprised at the speed of this game? Here comes Lars Eller. Playoff meanie pants. Watch. He's going to do so. The Lars Eller dirty plays per 60 in this series are going to be nuts. Chikrin, shot. Oh, Mangiapane. And Montembeault stands tall. Or doesn't stand tall. He squats tall. Does that make sense? Chikrin floats one in. Puck is loose. Oh, wow. And we got an icing call. And it looks like our good friends, the Montreal Canadiens, are not going to be able to change. And Caps fans are on their feet. On their feet. The Thea Rose says, "Yo, I thought you guys were live from Sport Check." Not today. No. On these streams, we are back at SDPN. Steve's going to be live at home tomorrow. We had an internet issue yesterday, so we're going to solve that one. But I will be down at Sport Check tomorrow. Steve will be broadcasting from home. Puck Pittsburgh, who is clearly a Caps fan, they look a little loose for me. Maybe filling out the Habs a bit. Yeah, game ones are always funky. By the way, take none of what happens in game one that seriously, unless it's even if it's a monster blowout, it really doesn't matter. Game ones are goofy. If you remember a few years ago in the second round, Edmonton and Calgary faced off. Calgary went up 5-1. Edmonton tied it, and Calgary ended up winning the game like 8-6 or 9-6 and did not win another game in the series. And that game kind of broke them. They won that game, but it was like the most depressing win I think any of us had ever seen. Vito says, "Adam, what time is the pod dropping?" Soon, Vito. Soon. It's coming. If the Leafs win in 4, that is a sign I could win the lottery. Hey, man, anybody winning in 4. Like, anybody winning in 4 games is so hard to do. It's so hard. How many times do you really see teams go on a 4-game winning streak? It's not much. And you were talking about the 16 best teams in the league. Doesn't happen much. Don't expect it. That's Bad TV says, "Guys, let backpedaling Jesse do his god darn job." Adam, any compliments for Monty? Feel like you guys have been tough on him all year. Jim Montgomery? Like St. Louis Blues coach Jim Montgomery? That Monty? I thought I'd been really complimentary. I mean, they went on a 12-game winning streak. Does he need my compliments? He doesn't need my compliments. He went on a 12-game winning streak. Made the playoffs with a team that was supposed to be selling at the deadline. I don't think he needs my compliments. Dustman, too many cross checks to the face going uncalled. Third day of the playoffs, and I have seen it happen twice. I haven't watched every game. Well, you know what? It is. It is. Um, it is going to be something you have to get used to. Happens a lot in the playoffs. Goes uncalled a lot. Just what it is. How is Demidov's grasp of English? I at least see him nodding to whatever teammates are telling him. It's actually pretty good. I saw his interview after he did after he scored his first goal, and they asked him, they're like, "Did you expect to score?" And he's like, "Yes, I did." I like that. Windwalker 57 says Ivan Demidov was not born yet when Alex Ovechkin played his first game for the Caps. Also, no true Caps fans believe this is a sure thing. Well, at least you guys know what it's like to win once. Oh, Monty. Oh, that Monty. Yeah. We have been tough on Montembeau, haven't we? I think it's I mean it I don't think it was that we didn't like Montembeau. I just feel like I was tough on him because I didn't understand why Hockey Canada was so hardcore on him being one of the goalies for Four Nations. It doesn't matter now. Benner was the only one that played, but it was like Montembeau, like there was way better options, and you can't deny. Like Logan Thompson, way better option. And nothing against Montembeau, but he was. Didn't actually end up mattering. Is it Hayden? Is it a French Canadian thing? Oh, you think maybe like they brought him because he was French Canadian? I don't think so. I think they really like him. I think there's somebody at Hockey Canada who's like, this guy rocks, and you know what? I was super wrong about Jordan Binnington. So what the hell do I know about Montembeau? I was like, this is a mistake. Why are we starting Binnington? Start Aiden Hill. Do something. What are we doing? Didn't end up mattering. Binnington came up big. They won. All right, hang on. All right. 10:29 in the first. Gonna do a little clap. Boom. Oh, and there's our first fake puck drop of the series. Yay. Who loves that? Who loves that? I love that. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boom. 10:28 in the first. Oh, McMichael almost caught Chikrin there. Woo. Woo. One thing I am interested in is, the Caps have had like a magical season. Is this season repeatable next year? And I feel like we'll know a little bit more about it depending upon how well they do in the playoffs. Don't you think? Like, I'm not saying they don't make the playoffs next year. Are they a first place team next year? Does Carolina spend a bunch of money, bring some guys in? Is New Jersey with Jack Hughes in the lineup able to compete with them? You know what I mean? You never can tell. It's the NHL. Rangers won the President's Trophy, missed the playoffs the next year. Oh, here we go. Oh, we almost had the first. I think Armia almost had the first goal of the series. Whew. Real close. I think that all started on a playoff of Patrick Laine. And Laine, Armia right here, just can't get it through. Matt Roy. Woo! Now, there's a guy with some serious playoff pedigree. Who scores first? That's the question asked right now. I am going to go, weirdly enough, against the grain because I know the Caps have played pretty darn well to start. I'm going Montreal. And the reason is it's just very playoffs, You're sitting there, you're like, oh, my team's dominating. They'll get a goal eventually. And then the team getting just caved in is, oh, we just let a soft one in. It sucks. Everybody looking for the Steve Dangle podcast. It's coming out soon. Don't you worry. It's coming out. Just do boy math and get angry at percentages. Yo, that has been the deserve to win a meter percentages throughout my entire career. Pain and suffering, kids. Pain and suffering. Southern Time says, as a Kings fan, I could see that happening to us tonight. Yo, I'm real excited for LA Edmonton. Like, real excited. That is gonna be a fun game. I'm gonna be staying up to watch that tonight. And it was a long day at work today. It was a lot. The entire team, we've just been working overtime because it's playoffs and that's just what happens. But man, I will find it in my soul to stay up and watch that damn game. It's gonna be a good one. Wow. So Line drew a penalty on that shot that Joel Armia almost scored on. So, listen, Montreal's power play was pretty darn good once Line jumped in, and I know it cooled off. But maybe I was onto something. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, they fake dropped the puck again, kids. All right. All right. And boom. Washington wins the faceoff, which is what they need to do. I'm just looking at the Montreal Canadiens power play here. 21st in the league. Okay. Washington Capitals, 4th best PK in the league. But Montreal didn't have Demidov for a lot of the year. They didn't have Line for a lot of the year. Changes things, doesn't it? Plus, you have Cole Caulfield. Nice shot by Suzuki. Slavkovsky behind the net. Over to Line, back to Slavkovsky to Suzuki. Out front, Caulfield's got it. To Hudson to Line. Oh, you saw that shot coming. Goalie had it. He's trying to score from the same place that Ovi scores in his own barn. Imagine that. A lot of good puck movement there. And frankly, what I respect about the Montreal Canadiens is that they shoot the puck, man. They freaking shoot. I know it sounds stupid, but they do. How many guys do you see? And I'm a Leaf fan, so I see this all the time. How many guys do you see passing it around, and there's like one shot on the power play? The Montreal Canadiens got 2 or 3 right there. Suzuki taking the face off. They're going to leave power play unit 1 out there. One day, Demidov's going to be on PP1, and you know he's on the bench somewhere thinking, I should be out there right now. He's going to have to earn it, and he's going to have some competition, because who the heck would you take off this? Lane Hudson with was it 66 or 67 points this year? Can't be him. Need somebody setting it up. It can't be Suzuki. It can't be Caulfield. Oh, Hudson keeps it in. 1 minute to go on the power play. Back out to Hudson. He's got Suzuki open. He floats one in. Tries to tip it down, but it doesn't work. The Montreal Canadiens are going to change. I don't know if you saw the stat on the broadcast, but 15 of Laine's last 20 goals have been on the power play, so that would have been a good opportunity for him. He did get that good shot. Let's see Unit 2. Newhook to Demidov. Demidov rings it around. Gallagher is out there with them, and Matheson. Matheson to Suzuki, who is double shifting. Suzuki shot from a Newhook. Over. Oh! Nick Suzuki still making things happen. That is a long, long shift. And the Washington Capitals are going to kill this power play. Montreal might get one more rush out of it. Montreal scored just 1 goal against the Capitals this season on the power play, 11 opportunities. So that's not great. But let's be fair to Montreal. They didn't have Line for a lot of the season. They didn't have Demidov. Let's see what those guys can do. Oh! There's Demidov chasing the Caps player down. I didn't get his number. Carrier behind the net. 7:14 left to go in the first period. Look at all the people here tonight. Love how many of you are here. All right, can I get a like on the stream, kids? Can I get a like on the stream? Let's like spike this. 900 people here, 173 likes. Come on. What are we doing? Van Riemsdyk to Alexiev. Shot. Oh, Ovi was wide open. Oh, McMichael, I think it was there. Missed it. Oh, no, it was Mangiapane. Oh, boy. Alexiev, nice little oh, Dubois causing shit. Oh, so it was Dubois that was wide open. Why did I think Mangiapane? Weird. Wow. Great plays. Great plays. The Washington Capitals look pretty dangerous on that. How are we feeling, Canadiens fans? Pulling up the lines here again. I would love to know how many goals you guys think Ovi's going to score this series. Are we going to get playoff Ovi? Because he was much maligned for years until he finally got it done. Let's talk about it. Is he a good playoff scorer? Oh yeah, you betcha. When they won the finals, like when they won the championship, 15 goals in 24 games. Since then, 7 games, 4 goals, 8 games, 4 goals, 5 games, 2 goals. Last couple seasons though, 1 goal 2 years ago and 0 goals last season in the playoffs. Although to be honest with you, the Caps were so outmatched in that series last year. That's not even fair. Still need Ovi to score though. He's got 72 playoff goals. Gallagher in the corner. Man, is he playing playoff hockey? Anderson back to Savard, who dumps it back in. Anderson retrieves. Josh Anderson, Leaf killer. Sometimes he plays and you're like, that's the best player on the ice. It's one of the best power forwards I've ever seen. Sometimes you're like, where's Josh Anderson tonight? He's just mystifying. But what tools that guy has. 5:30 left in the first period. Montreal Canadiens doing a really good job here of turning the period around. That first half of the period, I think they were getting outshot 7-3. They're now outshooting the Capitals 10-9. This is a really, really good start for a young team. They came ready to play. And the Caps, I think, are kind of feeling them out. Doesn't mean that they're out. Like, nobody's dominating anyone here. Pretty even. But you expect the first place team to come out and steamroll, and sometimes that's not fair. They're feeling you out. They're figuring out what your weaknesses are. Dubois gets the puck down deep. Slavkovsky, Carrier throws it to center. Caulfield out there. Wonder how many goals he gets. Who gets more goals by the end of this series? Cole Caulfield or Ovi? Oh, here we go. Oh, Strome almost had one, and there was a big mix-up behind the net. Not sure what happened there. I think I kind of missed it. Nick Dowd looks like he got kind of tangled up. I think it was Mike Matheson. Duhaime. Damn. Good save, Montembeault. Adam is looking very reflective today, according to people on the broadcast. Let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, I gotta fix it. Hang on. Let's go. Hold on. You ready? Ooh. It's because there was no color. That's better. Is that not better? That's better, right? That's way better. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Somebody keeps messing with my settings. Maybe I need to like save them. I don't understand. Oh, saving settings. Boom. So playing with the settings here. Hayden asked an interesting question. Caps fans, this is for you. Canadiens fans, you can weigh in, but I don't know if you'll know this as well. All right. If last year's Rangers played this year's Capitals, who would win? 7-game series. Who would win? What do you think? I'm just wondering. A2 says Rangers would win. Richard says Caps in 7. Greenus says Caps in 7. Nathan Valakat says Rangers. Cassie says Caps. Ty Sanderson says Rangers. Automatics his caps. Wow, it's like split. Uh, Rocky Zim says no one cares. The Wild suck. Hayden, you gonna take that, buddy? You gonna let people just chirp you like that? Yeah, yeah. Hayden says just kicking a man while he's down. Hey guys, Shesterkin is the better keeper. Rangers. Andrew says Leafs would win. I like that, Andrew. Um, Pickleball Pat says SDPN needs a setting. Handsome Adam or not handsome Adam? Make a poll. Good point. I think it looks good. I think it'll look a lot better. We just, for whatever reason, the color was just completely cut out. Carrier, man, Nashville gave that guy up. Are you kidding? Why? Why did Montreal get that? Huh? Lane Hudson back, getting chased by Ovi. How crazy must that be for Lane Hudson? Hey, Alexander Ovechkin is forechecking me, and I'm gonna have to turn the puck around before he tries to steal it. That's kind of nuts. Armia up, in. Carlson back up. Chychrun rushing the puck off the ice. Man, Chychrun has been so involved on the offensive plays tonight. I feel like if honestly, like if I was live betting this, I'd be putting $2 on Chychrun to score a goal. I don't know if he'll get the first goal, but he's engaged. He's involved. Mangiapane back there. Puck goes out. Roy. Oh, and Mangiapane in. Eller's got a rebound there. Puck gets out. Roy back in to Mangiapane. Here's another reclamation project from the Capitals. And man, has he been good this year. Mangiapane, by the way, was a spectacular goal scorer for the Calgary Flames for so many years. Then sort of fell off. And now has found a really good spot here in Washington. A lot of misfit toys in Washington. Lars Eller, Andrew Mangiapane, as I mentioned earlier, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Charlie Lindgren, Logan Thompson. They've been able to find guys that don't work within another system for whatever reason. And I feel like that's the sign of a good coach. Oh, Newhook is getting in there with Mangiapane. Eller, of course, is causing crap because he's Lars Eller, and that's what he does. You don't hire Lars Eller for anything else. You hire him to be a rat, and he rats it up. Cassie says, who's the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback next season? It's Aaron Rodgers, probably. Art. Like, forget Aaron Rodgers talking. Dude's not good anymore. He's not good anymore. I know they want to draft a quarterback in 2026, but like, how about we try someone else? Anyone else? Anyone. So Washington's going to get a 2-minute power play after that Eller thing. So we've got coincidental minors, but the extra one is going to the Montreal Canadiens. Kaludi says, is it possible for you to have a game clock so where it's easier to sync? Yes. Here. Listen, I'm going to do a better job of updating. 3:02 left in the first period, kids. 3:02 left in the first period. When the next face-off happens, I'm going to clap like that. So that way we can align. Look at this. Look at Newhook. Yeah, that's why Newhook got it. It was probably it probably wasn't even the headlock. It was the punches to the back of the head. And Mangiapane, got a good one in on Hudson. All right, here we go. Refs kick Strome out of the faceoff dot. Strome's another reclamation project. I don't know if he's a reclamation project. The guy was like, oh, well, he was a high round pick that wasn't that great. And man, he's been great in Washington. He's everything that he was drafted to be. Let's have a look at this power play from the Washington Capitals. Wilson can't quite get it. Here we go. Carlson. Oh, over to Ovi. There is a trip there. I think. Wait, wait, wait. They're not going to get a power play for that? All right. By the way, the Washington Capitals have the 13th best power play in the league. The Montreal Canadiens, their PK, ooh, they're 9th in the league. Ooh, I think that should have been a penalty, by the way. That's crazy. I get why Caps fans are mad. I get that. I feel like that's the ref going, oh, it's the playoffs, though. I simply couldn't do that. Then I would have to even it up. This is what happens when you get into the even up game. Just call the game, man. And the ref you suck chants are going big in Washington. Chikrin down deep. Strome. Ovechkin. Down low. Wilson. Ovechkin. Down deep to Wilson. Oh, Wilson tried to kind of flip it over there to Strome. Montembeault read that perfectly. Caught it. Beautiful. All calms down. That's bad TV. The refs do suck, you know? Hard to disagree. Simon G says it's a tie for the cross check to the face. True. They got away with one on Gallagher. Ovi. Back out to Carlson. Down to Ovi with a shot. See, yeah, you know what I love about Ovi? It doesn't seem to matter who tries to get in front of it. He's going to take the shot anyway. I really respect that. It's sort of annoying when you have players that really just want it to be it has to be a perfect shot. He doesn't care. And actually, that was great. It snuck right under Matheson's stick. But he'll fire it. He'll put it through your chest. He doesn't care. Oh. Okay, Carlson flipped out. It looks like he flipped out Blades. .45 seconds left. 1:47 left in the first. Clap for face-off. So you can align. Bang. Here we go. Go Habs, go. Francois Lebel from La Belle Provence. James Stemler got Gripper Nation on one device, hanging out for the Habs Caps updates and watching the Jets game on my other device. Gotta love playoff hockey. Hell yeah, James. Jets, St. Louis was a great start. By the way, Ovi with a shot, and Ovi scores! He opens the series with a goal, and that's Alexander Ovechkin's first playoff goal since 2023. He did not score last year at all. And the Capitals are up 1-0 with the captain, Alexander Ovechkin. That's a big goal. That's a big goal. Damn. And that's an Ovi-ass goal. It's not slap shot Ovi, but that's pretty close. Look at this. Great break-in by Strome there. Tom Wilson just finds Ovi as he's done so many times throughout his career. Watch Wilson's head. Just watch where he's looking. There he is. Boom. Shot in. And it squeaks in. I don't know if that hits a body, but I don't think it does. That was a nice little snapshot. First goal of the playoffs. First goal of the series. And that's a monster goal. That's the thing. You score this late in a period, the other team thinks about it the entire intermission. 9X asked me, now, Adam, how much closer is he to actually passing Gretzky? Because if you count playoff goals, Alexander Ovechkin is not really near Gretzky. I think there's like at least a 70-goal differential between the two of them, if you count that. Francois Lebel says, Don't worry, Francois. Lots of time left. Habs have looked good this period. So have the Caps at times, though. Dangerous. 52 seconds left to go in the first period. Rasmus Sandin, former Leaf. Oh, Washington are offside. And here we go with the tough stuff. Caden Gooley, who just got out of the box, took a penalty. Got to be careful not to take another one. Richard Triofino, Adam, what about WHA goals? They don't count. They don't count. They don't count. Different league, different level of play. It's not to say it wasn't a good league. They don't count. Samuel, did a ref just punch a Caps player in the face? I don't think so, but it did kind of look like that. It looked I think his arm got bumped. .4 seconds left to go if you're aligning streams. All right. Middle minors, Slavkovsky, Taylor Radish. I think that's Taylor Radish's second penalty of the game already. Man, the first playoff game in every series, it's like there's a bazillion goals and a bazillion penalties. None of this will be called by game 4. None of what you just saw will be called at all by game 4. So we're 4-on-4. You got to think Montreal doesn't mind a 4-on-4 situation. They got the stars to do it. Dowd just got tossed out again. He's arguing with the linesman. He's mad. Wilson's going to have to take another face-off against Suzuki. Here we go. And Wilson does pretty well. Not bad. Back to Sandin. Caulfield on him. Roy. Back to Sandin. Give it away. Here comes Suzuki. He's going to shoot. Oh, boy. Big save by the goaltender. Big save. Wow. Yo, had they scored there, what that would have been all confidence. Like I said, you score in that last minute of the first. Go get you know what? I understand why he didn't pass there. I think the second Caps defenseman was closing too fast. And I have to say, Rasmus Sandin sort of played that the right way. He closed on Suzuki and made him make a decision. Made it easy for the goalie. Great opportunity, though. Great opportunity. 29.1 seconds to go on the clock. And we got a face-off, so I'll clap. Here we go. Linesman is doing his silly linesman thing again. Oh, we might have a breakaway. Tom Wilson. Caden Gooley is able to hold it up, but whoa! Puck goes off the boards weird. Tom Wilson all by himself. Out, open. Roy to Wilson. Tipped, and Montembeault stands tall. It was a bit of a flutterer. Didn't have a lot of power on it, but still, those are dangerous. Here comes Suzuki. Caulfield, open to nobody. I think that puck got deflected. 4 seconds to go in the first period. And we are going to start period 2, 4-on-4 for 1:14. Not a bad period if you're a Capitals fan, but also not a bad period if you're a Canadiens fan. Both teams with a lot of shots. Both teams looking dangerous. The Caps just looking more veteran. And I think that's how that first goal goes in. It's just Ovi being Ovi. Oh, so it was Dowd. Nice little tip by Dowd. That's a great start. It's a great start for both. Now, if you're Montreal, the first priority, and this is going to sound stupid, but bear with me. First priority's got to be scoring a goal in the first, I would say, 5 minutes of the second period. You need to show these guys you're in the game, right? You got to put the pressure back on them. And I know that's always the goal is to score a goal, but like you really got to, I think you got to come out second period like you did in the first, strong. And then they, I thought that the Habs middle sector of that period looked really, really strong, really good. Even on the power play, they look strong. Lots of shots, good opportunities. The Washington Capitals are just they're the team that's been there before a little bit more, Coaster says the fact that Suzuki didn't shoot and passed hurt my soul. He did shoot. MD Toboggan says this game seems like a linesman nightmare for Adam. Yo, I'm gonna get Hayden to build a graphic one of these days of how many fake drop pucks we get a game. Like I'm gonna start, guys. We got to start counting. I counted, I think at least 3 or 4. I'm gonna say 3, but we're gonna start keeping track of this because it's getting outrageous. It's Hayden says he can do it starting for the second period, and we can do it for the whole series. Should we do it? I think we should do it. I think we should do it. Pretzel Hunt, can Adam wear earbud monitors when his ears are hot? I don't know if they sound the same, but oh yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Sometimes I just like taking the headphones off just to hear nothing. Because I remember I get to hear the game feed and I get to hear Hayden. And sometimes if Hayden's talking to me, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna listen to what you have to say. I'm my own man, Hayden. You can't tell me what to do. Allie Quinn, that should be referred to as the wild metric. Yo, I like that. Can we call it the wild metric? Doesn't really explain what the hell it is, but I feel like not enough people have pointed it out, and it's bothered me forever, forever. Oh, podcast just dropped. Shout out the podcast. Shout out Jesse Blake dropping that podcast. Allie Quinn says Corsi was a dude. Yeah, that's right. His name. Do you know that Corsi doesn't stand for anything? It's just a guy named Jim Corsi. Isn't that crazy? So we can call it Wild. Oh man, there were so many wilds tonight. Does this work? Can you believe that ref just dropping a wild like that? There was a wild amount of wilds tonight. Allie Quinn says Jim Corsi was a goalie coach, right? I believe he was. Yeah. Steeson Schiller, Adam talks about Hayden like he's his stepdad. I don't have to listen to you. You're not my real dad. You know what? That's what a producer is. Producer's job is to keep the on-air person on track, and they kind of become like your older brother or stepdad, which is weird because I think I'm 12 years older than Hayden. Jet Legends upgraded to SDP VIP ad-free. Probably a good time to tell you about what that does in case you're new here. You watch the Steve Dangle podcast. Perhaps you don't want ads. That's fine. We have an ad-free tier. It's $6.99 a month, and you get every episode ad-free. Plus, and this is cool, our VIP episodes, which are kind of fun because we talk about a lot of non-hockey stuff, which is what we always used to do on the Steve Dangle podcast years ago. But as the show grew, people were like, talk more hockey. Don't talk about other stuff, entertainment stuff. So anyway, we didn't get to talk about it as much. And now it's kind of fun. And it's sort of like, it's like, when you're on your Instagram stories and you got your normal stories that are public, and then you got your close friend stories. That's what being SDP VIP ad free is. It's like your close friends. It's the green little thing at the top. You know what I'm saying? Sean P says, Adam, is Everly watching any playoff hockey this year? Love you, bro. Love you too, Sean. She watched a little bit this weekend, but she goes to bed at 7. So it's going to be tough. And I didn't, I was working yesterday during the afternoon Caps, Jets, or Devils game. So she didn't get to watch a lot of it. Mitch Fish, does the producer make your actions match your ambitions? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Cassie, who I know is here, knows what you're talking about. That would be Kyle Dubas talking about Erik Karlsson today. Did you see that quote, guys? I wish that we had that quote when we were recording the podcast today because, oh my God, he said Erik Karlsson's actions need to match his ambitions. Ooh. Could it be that somebody sat out camp and wasn't totally injured? Could it be that somebody has been called on the carpet for his attitude that's followed him everywhere? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. No idea. Listen, I want to throw this at you. You want to watch some highlights? Hayden, which one are we going to do first? Hmm? All right. So listen, OHL playoffs are happening right now. OHL playoffs are happening right now. They're in the second round. OHL playoffs are awesome. If you've got no NHL to watch, put the OHL on. It's amazing. Here are some of the highlights from round one. We'll be back in a few minutes. Get rocking for your second period.
Oh, you thought I forgot about you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Oh Wow here on the SDPN YouTube channel where we take a look at the best from around the Ontario Hockey League, usually over the past week, but it's been a little more than a week, hasn't it? Well, the reason for that is we're doing a video on the top plays from the entire first round of the OHL playoffs. Who should we start with? I have an idea. How about Kashawn Aitchison of the Barrie Colts?
Cross the paths there with Riley Patterson. Here's Aitchison up the middle. Doesn't take the shot. Now he will, and he scores! Kashawn Aitchison finds the back of the net. And the Barrie Colts are now up 2-0.
Well, Niagara started to press.
Oh, wow. That's quite the snipe. Aitchison had 26 goals in 64 games in total this season, and you might be like, hey, for a draft-eligible forward, that's pretty good. Then you find out he plays D. Yeah, no, he's pretty good. That was Aitchison's only goal in the Barrie Colts series against the Niagara Ice Dogs, but he was a +6 in 5 games as Barrie beat Niagara. Kashawn Aitchison, remember the name. Maybe you don't even have to, because I'm sure he'll remind you. Oh, wow. This next one is complicated. You gotta keep up. Ilya Protas of the Windsor Spitfires. We've talked about him a bunch. On this play, he breaks his stick, blocks his shot, gets a new stick, and scores.
As the Spitfire defenseman lost his stick, Protas gave him his. Now Protas goes to the bench. Here's Morneau coming across the line. Drop pass to Greentree. Greentree stops. Swings off the boards. It's a shot. Go see rebound. They score! Protas in front of the net with a juicy rebound. It's 2-1 Windsor.
Oh, wow! Honestly, you might be like, Steve, calm down. I think I'm underselling it. Now, Protas did this incredible feat, just at both ends of the ice and the bench and everything. He did this in the middle of Windsor's 5-game series win over the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds. Now, why did the Windsor Spitfires beat the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds? Can I take a stab at it? I'm gonna guess. So it was a 5-game series, yeah? 5. Ilya Protas had 3 goals in those 5 games. Wow, that's pretty good. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, he had 12 assists! The man is literally getting 3 points per game through the first round of the playoffs. Oh, and so is his teammate Liam Greentree, who I think we're gonna see later, actually. Truly preposterous. You know what? If that was the only point he got this series, that would still be featured in Oh Wow. Now, I want to go back to the Barrie series against Niagara for a sec. Niagara fans like, oh gosh, here we go again. No, this one's actually for you. Although it does feature Kashawn Aitchison again. You know a save is great when you see the reaction of the guy who is stopped. Owen Flores of the Niagara Ice Dogs. Watch this.
Hemming behind the net for Gardner. In for Aitchison. Backhand. What a save by Flores. That was incredible. How did he stop that one?
Is that the stop of the year here in Barrie? I mean, that's got to be right up there.
Oh, wow. We already have the paddle save emporium. That one's got to be in the looky what I found emporium. As good a glove save as you'll see. I don't know if we'll see another one that good in these playoffs. Things didn't go the Ice Dogs' way, but at very least they had that moment. Owen Flores. Oh, wow. For our next highlight, another team who is unfortunately eliminated from the Ontario Hockey League playoffs is the Flint Firebirds. They fell in 5 games to the Kitchener Rangers. But not before the man who has one of the best names in all of hockey did this. Here's Matthew Mania.
Andonovski can't get a shot away. That's blocked. Cridham got crashed into Day. Nice move by Mania. Mania streaking and Mania shot scores! Matthew Mania turns Jackson Parsons inside out, and the Firebirds tie the game at 2.
A stealthy forward here. As the play moves up ice, is Mania with a nice move beating Parsons. And we're back to a tie hockey game. Goes outside in on the Rangers defender.
Ooh, a little how's she doing? There's another defenseman, by the way. What are they feeding defensemen these days? The 5th round draft pick of the LA Kings from 2023 undresses Kitchener on this one. Unbelievable goal. His OHL season may be over, but Matthew Mania. Oh, wow. We now head to the series between the London Knights and the Owen Sound Attack. Denver Barkey, Philadelphia Flyers prospect and London Knights phenom, makes me question the laws of physics.
As you'll see him just kind of harder on his stick than the attack D to get control.
He just wanted it just a little bit more in that situation.
Yeah, right? Like, you understand what I'm saying. You saw it, you understood it, but you didn't understand it. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Denver Barkey, how do you pull off a spinorama that in tight on the goalie? And I don't know why it's like this, but spinoramas are... Is it just me, or are they always on the backhand? I didn't know you were allowed to do it like that. Are you allowed to do it like that? Did they call it back? You can't? Oh, okay. Usually you see someone spin like that on the forehand, it's on the wraparound or something. This is in front of the net wraparound? Like what? Denver Barkey, 5 goals, 7 assists for 12 points in 4 OHL playoff games this season. That brings him up to 65 career OHL playoff points in just 47 career OHL playoff games. Denver Barkey playing for keeps. Oh, wow. This next highlight, I hope you're sitting down for, because this is one of the most ridiculous saves I've ever seen from a defenseman. Tristan Bertucci of the Barrie Colts, how did you even do this?
Off Bertucci's skate, here comes Asadorian. Kevin He going to the net. Asadorian, trailer Izada to Kevin He. Great save, Hillebrand rebound. Oh, what a save by Bertucci out of midair. He cleared it off the line. Here comes Wakely, breakaway, no, couldn't even shoot it. It's Van Steeksel, he's gonna come in, and he can't shoot it, and Kevin He.
Puck right out of the air to save it. Then you see Hillebrand. Now watch number 12. Watch this. Oh, that might have went off the post. It looked like it went off the stick originally.
The question still stands. After an amazing desperation save, the Barrie Colts net is wide open. Sometimes you got to make a sacrifice and hope your defenseman or anyone has your back. Tristan Bertucci, standing in the blue paint, stick in hand, says, "I guess that's me," and whacks the thing not only out of harm's way, but it starts a breakaway. Absolutely incredible play from the Colts on this one. Tristan Bertucci. Oh, wow. Steve, you promised us Liam Greentree. I know. Here he is.
To the backhand, sweeps it in front, knocked down Protas with the glove. Out to Greentree, trying to get a step on Reed. Now he's got a chance, scores! The captain dances in and makes it 4-1.
I was just going to say it's not often that this big line is disconnected on a 2-on-1 play. The puck goes back to Windsor's zone. Protas makes about an 80-foot pass to Greentree in the neutral zone, who does a nice job.
Gosh, that's just not fair. Liam Greentree of the Windsor Spitfires just toe drag, undressing the defender and burying the thing. I already spoiled this earlier, but Ilya Protas and Liam Greentree, the dynamic duo of the Windsor Spitfires, have 15 points each through 5 OHL playoff games. I might have already mentioned this, LA Kings prospect. If you're an LA Kings fan and you just want to have a better day, you just want to smile. Yeah, no, you should smile about that. Liam Greentree. Oh, wow. And for our final highlight, you almost made it. You almost went a whole oh wow video without seeing something from Nick Lardis, the leading goal scorer from the OHL from all of major junior hockey this past season. Well, his Brantford Bulldogs won in 5 games over the North Bay Battalion, and Nick Lardis had something to do with it. Like this, for example.
The procession just behind him. Bulldogs trying to move with numbers. Brown, right wing side, working at Ride. Fed middle, Lardis through his feet. They score! Nick Lardis! It's magical! The most goals in the Canadian Hockey League, and he's found another way to hit the back of the net.
Yeah, no, I know. Oh, wow, and such. Nick Lardis had 70, I had to read it again. I just read it. I'm going to read it again. 71 goals in 65 games this season. That is 1.09 goals per game. He had 7 goals in 5 games in this series. That is 1.4 goals per game. Nick Lardis scored at an unfathomable pace in the regular season, and the playoffs have arrived, and his scoring rate has gone up. Between the legs, it doesn't matter. However he scores it, the Chicago Blackhawks prospect, Nick Lardis of the Brantford Bulldogs, absolutely unbelievable. Oh, wow. So, what did you think? Do we get all the best of round 1? Let us know in the comment box down below, and I can't wait to see what happens in round 2. But for now, that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this edition of Oh Wow. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. SDPN, baby. It's your place for Oh Wow, the best of the Ontario Hockey League.
There's a Thunderbolts, Avengers Thunderbolts, or Marvel Studios Thunderbolts movie trailer. Guys, if you're a Marvel fan, are you still on the train? When was it that you fell off of it? Because I got to tell you, after Endgame, everything that's come after that, I'm like, the Marvels. What was the one that was really, really bad with like Angelina Jolie in it? I think that was only on the Disney Plus app. Eternals. Hayden says it was. It was bad though, right, Hayden? When did Marvel fans fall off? Hayden, are you completely off? So you fell off after the third Spider-Man movie. I had high hopes for Spider-Man. The first couple were really good. I don't even know what was the bad guy in the third one. Jake Gyllenhaal? Actually, I liked the multiverse Spider-Man thing. That was cool. I liked the Tobey Maguire one. I thought that was cool. Yeah. Jordan says Doctor Strange 2 or 3 was fire though. I don't know if I've seen Is there a third Doctor Strange? I did watch the Doctor Strange versus what's the Elizabeth Olsen's character's name? Anyway, I'm Scarlet Witch. So I'm curious about Thunderbolts because it seems like they're really trying to build this up. I wonder if it's actually going to be a hit or not. You know? Pretzel Hunt says, I fell off when they used AI to write the stories. I mean, they kind of were all the same story a little bit. But you know what? My favorite series is Star Wars. And that has suffered greatly and also been very successful. There are good and there are bad. Apparently, Andor is going to be insane, by the way. So I hope y'all are ready for that. I don't know how we're going to watch that with all this playoff hockey going on. 4-on-4 to start the period. Habs weren't thrilled about that. Washington wasn't thrilled about it. It is what it is. Hey, Nas, are we excited about Ryan Gosling joining Star Wars? Yeah, so he's going to be like a starfighter pilot. They better be that dark and gritty. If they make a squeaky clean, like I am a starfighter kind of thing, like he's Star Fox or something, I want it to be. Andor is dark. That's what makes Star Wars good. There's a real element of darkness to it. It's why I like Dune so much, right? And I know Star Wars is for kids, so I'm not trying to be like a dweeb, but I am. But I want it to be a little bit edgy. I want there to be something on the line. Sometimes Star Wars doesn't get that right. It's like, oh, we're all happy friends and there's no conflict ever. No, we got to have, it's got to be little guy versus big scary empire. That's what it's got to be. We're taking down fascism. One TIE fighter at a time. That's what it has to be. Gosling was good in Blade Runner. Marvin, you're absolutely right. He was good. He was good. He's a good actor, man. All right. 4-on-4. 3 seconds to go. Let's do a little scoreboard check-in here in a little bit because I know the Jets are playing too. So I know people are excited about it. And looks like tied 1. Not bad. Listen, shout out to the Blues. I thought they had a really good game until they didn't. That was an exciting series until it was not a great game for them anymore. I think they went up 3-2 and got like one shot when the Jets got 15. I'm not going to win against the Jets. Crazy story. Sedin Magic 15. Hey, Adam, just turned on the game. Do the Habs look like they can hang with the Caps so far? They've looked like it at times, but it's the Caps. And the Caps had way more dangerous chances. I think the Habs had a really good mid-first period for like 6-7 minutes there. And that's saying something. They're the 8th seed. We got to take this on balance. They're in the game. This is not a run them over thing. Oh, Snuggerud's got his first NHL goal. Hey, good for him. Pretzel Hunt called him Snuggy's Rub. All right. It's a little we're pressing the 18 plus rating there. Okay. NHL website isn't updating this game. It still says we're 0-0 in the second period. Well, they'll get on that. All right, my phone was buzzing. 17-17 left in the second period. Lars Eller, who is already just mixing stuff up, already being Lars Eller, playoff Lars Eller, even at this advanced age of, how old is he? Lars Eller is 35, old as hell. I'm 37. I just turned 37 last weekend. 2 weekends ago, actually. Where does the time go? Yeah, Lars Eller is just going to be Lars Eller in the playoffs. This is total bastard. Let's just call it what it is. Total bastard. James Stemler. Snuggs got 2, 1 in his own net. LOL. Well, at least he scored the other one to tie it all up for himself. Unrelated coma. Obi and Lars showing the kids how it's done. Yo, could you ask for 2 better guys? I think that the Caps making the Lars Eller trade with the Penguins midseason was really smart. Whoa! Almost a turnover there created by Nick Dowd. Oh, almost another one. There's Dubois. Carrier in the middle. Back out to just Chikrin on defense. Ooh! Cole Caulfield almost had it. Oh! Nice little play there by Connor McMichael. Tried to feed Tom Wilson for like a mini breakaway. Habs caught wise to it, but dude, that was close. That was close. David Owens, not sure if we've already covered the Canucks presser, but am I crazy or was there fireworks? Knives, Petey, then a kid for staying in school. Wild stuff. I haven't had the chance to go through some of them, but we did go through the Rangers one today. A lot of that stuff happens during the show, so we won't hit that until probably Wednesday. But tomorrow, I'm going to build out some segments for basically call them funeral segments, basically for all the teams that didn't make it. And we're going to talk. I'm going to pull some quotes. Kyle Dubas had some great quotes today, too. And we're going to have some good reactions. Oh, Wilson, Spinorama. Oh, that was closer than you thought. Wait till they show the replay of that. 15 minutes, by the way, exactly left in the second period. Kaludi says, how is Lars Eller only 35? I thought he was like 40. Let's go Danish hockey. I know, right? Lars Eller feels like he's played in the NHL forever, and he has. Strome, floater in. Sandin down deep. $14:30 left in the second. Lane Hudson, Savard. Ooh, bit of a misfire there. Whoa! Oh, Hudson with a shot. Evans is in there. He's had a couple of good opportunities, and he might get another one. Nope. Armia can't find him. The Caps catch that. They're going to get a change, the Washington Capitals are. Good little shift there by the fourth line for the Montreal Canadiens, who I have to say, Heineman's had some good chances. Evans had a couple of looks. Armia had that really good chance earlier. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the Montreal fourth line. If we could get the first line scoring, that'd be great. But I am impressed. Depth's coming up big for Montreal here. Newhook behind the net. Out. Shoots. Carrier with the shot that missed there, by the way. Mangiapane down deep against Carrier. Is Carrier skating off hurt there? Or he's just trying to get a change? Nick Dowd. Big save by Montembeault. Nick Dowd's making things happen tonight. There's Jake Chikrin. Probably ate a raw liver before the game with some unpasteurized milk. The guy's got the craziest diet in the world. I must eat like a caveman. Please tell me you guys got to talk about Vancouver today, blatantly tampering with the Hughes brothers. No, we did not, because none of those quotes were out yet. So Tampa's locker cleanout didn't happen until I think probably around 3:30, 4 o'clock our time, and we'd done the SDP by then. So I will tell you, it will be on Wednesday's show. Armia, Evans, Heineman is Martin St. Louis' emotional support line. Well, I don't blame him, man. They're good. That's a good line. Solid line. They have a purpose. Cause stuff. Mad. I'm just going to call you Mad. Said, Carrier looked in rough shape, couldn't skate off. Yeah. He's a valuable player, man. Montreal's defense, Habs fans, you can tell me what you think here. I feel like Montreal's defense took a huge, not like a little step, a huge step when he showed up. He brings that mobility, that ability to sort of break out, that I guess they could have used a little bit deeper in the lineup. I think he gives you that. He's a solid player, man. Really like him. Liam LaBelle says, weird that game 1 isn't till tomorrow for the Florida series. I know. I don't understand that. Like, you're starting game Saturday. We've got game 2s going on tonight. And Florida and Tampa are like, yeah, I guess we'll start tomorrow. You got to think they're chomping at the bit, though. Maybe the NHL wanted Florida to get healthy. I don't know. If I was Tampa, I wouldn't be happy about it because they're fully healthy and kicking ass right now. The Lightning are scary again. People are actually wondering about the hyperbole on the tampering with the Hughes brothers. We'll see. Oh, we got a snot rocket there I think it was Carrier firing full-blown snot rockets on the bench. McMichael, Dubois, Wilson out against Montreal's top line, and Suzuki wins the faceoff draw. Puck dropped to Mike Matheson. Passed up. Caulfield gets interfered with a little bit, but in like the legal way. Carrier's back out there. He looks okay. Slavkovsky to Suzuki. Dumps the puck in. It's caught by the Caps. They turn it around very quickly. Carrier up ice. Cole Caulfield's all alone. Back to Suzuki. This is some good puck movement by the Montreal Canadiens here. They're not completing the plays. They're starting them well, but they're not completing them. Some of these plays now, we're now 12:34 left in the second here. Montreal's going to tie this, right? And if they cheat a little offense, they got to be careful because obviously the Caps are the Caps and they'll make you pay for that. You got to start completing the play. What I mean by is Caulfield, Suzuki, and Slavkovsky had some really good zone entries there, but they never really did anything with them. A lot of dead zone plays. Got to clean those up. Oh, Anderson just got checked. How's it feel, Josh Anderson? Do the thing that you've done to so many people. There's Rasmus Sandin. Down deep again. Caps got defense that love to... Ovi is alone in front of the net right now. Had they got it to him, I don't know how they could have, but had they got it to him, he would have been wide open. Beauvillier down deep. I had to look up Beauvillier's number. I was like, who is 72? Oh, Anthony Beauvillier. Maybe he's found a home here. That guy's played in like 5 teams in the last 3 years. It has to suck to move that much. I feel for him. 11:23 left in the second period. Puck out to TVR. Down deep. Leonard. This fourth line is out there. Oh, boy, Leonard. Nice setup to Mangiapane. And Montembeault was with a really great save there. Trevor Van Riemsdyk can't hold the line. Montreal is going to get a change and a much-needed one. Caps try to turn it around quickly. Here comes Mangiapane again. Cuts back to his defense. Van Riemsdyk floats one in, and it's a good chance. Montembeault sees it somehow through a crowd. Mangiapane against the boards there. Heineman's got to get off the ice. His helmet just came off. Oh, and Matt Roy cannot hold the line. Chychrun is down deep again. Do we have an icing there? We do not. Line A is full forecheck. There's Jake Evans. turns the puck over. Oh, that's not, well, it's Dowd. Oh, Dowd tried. Wow. Nice little play there. Great interference, or great way to interfere with the puck by the Montreal defenseman, who I didn't get his number. Okay. The ref just called the tightest whistle on Logan Thompson there ever. And Logan Thompson is staring him down, talking to him. Yeah, that was a little quick. I get it. Oh. Mangiapane had, if he gets that puck up, this might be a 2-0 game. Dowd, watch them here. Oh, great play by Hudson. Was that Hudson? No. Was that? No. I thought that was Hudson. Anyway, whoever made that, it was a great defensive play on Dowd. All right, here we go. 10:07. Face-off. Suzuki wins it. Matheson at the point. Carrier moving in to get open. Suzuki's tied up. Slavkovsky, point, Matheson. I can't keep up. Good puck movement by the Habs. Finish the shot, though, boys. Finish the shot. Carrier gets knocked over. Puck still in there, tied up. Caulfield. Over to Carrier, down deep. Suzuki to Caulfield. Oh. I gotta get some water. 9:28 left in the second. Matheson over to Carrier. To Suzuki. To Matheson out at the point. He's going to float one. Oh, he just mishandles the puck. Habs try to turn it around quickly. Suzuki misses the pass. Looks like they're going to go for a change here. Defense first. Suzuki changes. Cole Caulfield gets it down deep. Slavkovsky below. All right. There we go. Turn it around. Oh, Slavkovsky loses it. Puck out to the point. Rasmus Sandin cuts back to John Carlson. John Carlson over. Oh, great play by Tom Wilson there. Great vision. Drops the puck back to John Carlson. Over to Sandin, and a great save by Sam Montembeault. Great play by the Caps. Better save by Sam Montembeault, who is keeping the Canadiens in this game. The chances Washington are getting, far higher quality chances than the Montreal Canadiens. And boy, Montembeault has been the difference. I mean, they're still down 1-0, but could be a lot worse. 8:12 left in the second period. Trevor Van Riemsdyk gets muscled off the puck. Caps up. Here we go. Oh. Beauvillier. Man, Lane Hudson. Good defensive play there, too. Playing strong. Oh! There it is! Anthony Beauvillier! Hudson, after a great defensive play, loses his man. The puck is floated in, and it is 2-0. 2-0 Washington. Beauvillier with a big goal. Anthony Beauvillier, by the way, has been a suitcase. Has been traded and traded and traded again. Capitals, Penguins, Preds, Blackhawks, Canucks, and Islanders all in the last 3 years. That is a big, big goal for Anthony Beauvillier in his career. And by the way, he does play, he's played a lot of playoff action and scored a lot of playoff goals. 16 in 55 games. This is game 56, and that's goal 17. Beauvillier, playoff performer. I guess they're taking a look at this. Are they taking a look at it? Is Montreal going to challenge? What do they see? What do you think they see? What do you think they see? Is it a high stick? Interesting. I want to see this high stick. No. I don't think so. No. No, I get it. He's lucky. He kept it low. That's just a good goal. Good for Anthony Beauvillier. Been a hard go for him for a few years. 7:37 left in the second period. Capitals up 2-0. A scoring chance that the Caps have had are crazy. Duhaime, if he could just have found his wheels there, I think he would have had a partial break. Trevor Van Riemsdyk loses his man, but he's able to gather himself. There's Lars Eller in the corner. 21 shots to 17. Washington, Montreal. Oh, nice block by Trevor Van Riemsdyk there. Wow. Habs are pressing here. Veteran line out there. Gallagher, Anderson, and the puck is clear, but some good opportunities. Washington's doing a really good job in this second period of boxing out Montreal's top line, which is their biggest threat to score. And I think, with Demidov and Line on another line, it's kind of funny to think that they wouldn't be the biggest threat to score. But with Newhook between them, there hasn't been a whole lot going on with those guys tonight. Oh, man. Caden Gooley almost got walked there. Habs have some energy in those legs. That was a really, really good play by Duhaime. Caps depth getting it done tonight. Really strong shifts. 6:14 left in the second. Both sides going to change here. Matt Roy up the ice. Radish. Hudson kicks it out. Armia along the half board. Dubois muscling his way past Gooley. Gooley is all over that guy. Have to respect it. Caulfield. Montreal can't seem to get it out of the zone. Caps can't seem to get possession of it either. Sort of a weird sequence. Back and forth. Here comes Caulfield. Check. Whoa. Lane Hudson down low to Suzuki. Caulfield tries to get over to Slavkovsky. Puck is intercepted. Held in at the line at Mike. Oh, no, Mike Matheson can't hold it in. And he's kind of... he shook off two Caps there. Was able to make it happen. Suzuki's got Caulfield open. Oh, just missed. I would love that. That must have just tipped wide, or that was a great save by Logan Thompson. Wow. Here comes Tom Wilson. Partial break. 2-on-3. Oh, puck gets through to Carlson. Oh, Carlson can't. Montreal boxes him out. 4:44 to go in the second period. Puck rolled around. Big hit by Alexander Ovechkin. Monster hit. I think that was on Newhook. Big hit. Suzuki. No, that was Caulfield. Oh, Suzuki's going to get hit afterwards. They're pissed at him. He's laughing about it. Wow. So Suzuki, nice pass. Wow, off the post. And Ovi dropping that old man strength on Cole Caulfield. Bit of a size differential there, though. Let's be honest. Damn. James Stemler, all right, back to the Jets. So much back and forth. Glad these games are 30 minutes apart. I can do some alternation with only a few minutes of overlap in between. That's good. Warrior Womp, did the Hobbit get blown up by Ovi? Yeah, I mean, Ovi's like a freight train, and Caulfield's like a little Ferrari. Kind of an unfair hit advantage, you know? Hayden's mad at me now because I just took a shot at Ferrari because They're not doing as great as they want to be in that F1 World Championship. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but yeah, it's not. Lewis Hamilton's not had the strongest start. A little strange. A little strange. Oh, Marquette says, I think this is going to be one of the more underrated series of these playoffs. Well, I mean, listen, it's in tough. There's some good series, but we'll have to see if Montreal makes it interesting. That's the key here. We're going to need the Montreal Canadiens to score a couple goals and tie this game up. Then ratchet up the heat. You know what I mean? All right, let's do a little bit of a scoreboard check-in here. Obviously, we're watching the Caps and the Canadiens. Caps up 2-0. Blues and Jets playing 1-1 still. And Jimmy Snuggerud scored his first 2 NHL goals tonight. Unfortunately, one of them was on his own net. But the second goal was on the Jets net. And as a rookie, I feel like, hey, baby steps. Baby steps. Mark Scheifele, by the way, got credit for the Snuggerud. Adam, is this going to be 2010 vibes, Habs in 7? Halak Spring? We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, listen, we need Montreal to score a goal here. You got Laine out there. Newhook cannot win the well, they booted Newhook. Hey, Hayden. What's that? What's our count? That's somebody kicked out of the faceoff drop. They fake dropped the puck. That's 3 this game so far. We're keeping track. Laine is going to take this faceoff draw and lose it. Why did the Columbus Blue Jackets pay Patrick Laine at center for so long? One must ask the question. Any question that starts with why did the Columbus Blue Jackets before they started this season is a good question. Mike is saying Montembeault is a trash can. 2010 Halak not happening. Ooh, a little spicy there. Demidov, Laine, and Newhook out there. Haven't seen them as much, or maybe they just haven't been as visible as you'd need them to be. Laine in. Whoa, nice little play. That's a line that's not going to play a lot of defense. So, Laine with a good little hit. I think there's a penalty. Is it on Laine? For what? Is it a boarding call? Oh, high stick? Oh, that sucks. He was going for the hit, and his stick went backwards. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's a penalty every time. That's a penalty they actually call. Doesn't matter when. That's just straight up bad luck, though. Hayden says, who's the best goal in the Eastern playoff picture right now? We haven't seen Bobrovsky or Vasilevsky yet, but it's going to be one of those two, I would think. Apparently, Bennington just got run over. Damn. Poor Benner. I mean, it's probably payback for all those fake punches. Hayden sees lots of those. He's a big fan of the Wild. They play the Blues a lot. Lot of fake anger. 3:27 left in the second. Montreal are down 2-0 to the Capitals. 1:39 left in this power play. Patrick Laine with a crazy high stick that he was going for a hit on someone else, and it caught a Caps player. Oh, and I think we've got an even-up call right here. What happened? David Savard fell over. Are they covering the puck? Is that what it is? Pretzel Hunt says, does Bennington invite the pain? Yeah, I think Bennington invites the pain. I think that's a fair summation, wouldn't you say? .312 left in the second period. I'll do a little clap here. You ready? Show the face off. Show it. Boom. Chikrin down deep. Oh, There's Wilson alone. Back out to Carlson at the point. Ovi doesn't get the shot cleanly, but he's going to shoot anyway. Wilson with a rebound. Evans off the boards, and it is out. 1:08 left on this power play. We'll see if the Caps change it up or if they leave the big boys out there. I hope they leave the big boys out there. It looks like they are. Evans having a great game. Nice little break up there on Strome. Strome. Carlson. Cross the line. Here we go. Oh. Man, that was real close too. 36 seconds left on this Washington power play. That's a bit of a gift. This second period's gone quickly. Or is that just me? It's gone really fast. Standing across the line. 20 seconds to go on the Caps power play. Not the chances they probably wanted to have. Had a couple of close calls, but this was not their best. Oh, here comes Anderson. Oh, Dvorak set him up very nicely. Anderson was streaking in. Can't get the shot off. Caps defense all over him. Cooley to Anderson behind the net. Ovi with a little hit. Cooley is wide open. Oh, and that puck just slips a little wide, goes off a body, and we might have a partial break here. Oh, and Mangiapane, it looks like, was it Mangiapane or Dubois? Cut back, and the Habs defenseman all over him. He didn't cut back fast enough. And it looks like it was Mangiapane because Dubois is out there right now. You can never tell. Is it 8 or 88? Here's Beauvillier, who had a great goal earlier. One minute left to go in the second period right now. Caps have scored this period. Montreal has yet to score in these playoffs. They looked okay for certain stretches. They've looked good for certain stretches. But the Montreal Canadiens are just not getting the high-quality chances that the Washington Capitals are getting. Montembeault's been very, very good for the Montreal Canadiens. And here we are. Caps are still up 2-0. Could be a lot more, though. Logan Thompson covers it up. You know, one of the questions coming in this series is Logan Thompson's health. He looks good tonight. For the things that he's had to do, he looks like Logan Thompson, which is kind of what you need. Kind of the most important part. James Stemler must be happy not to have to do a West series, eh? West, #sleep. Well, I can do a West series next round. I think Hayden and Robert are excited that I'm not doing a West series. And also, listen, we can't interrupt Hayden's watching of the Wild. You know, they got to take on the Vegas Golden Knights and beat them. Right, Hayden? Hayden says he can't do any West Coast games because they're going to the Cup final. So, don't you forget it. All right? Don't you forget it. Pickleball Pat, just a small thank you to the SDPN team. Yo, Pickleball Pat, we love you, buddy. Thank you so much, man. That's so nice. Really appreciate you guys. Hey, I love how many people are here watching this game. We're having a good time. Allie Quinn says, go Hayden. VGK Jameson says, go Knights, go. James Stemler says, very good point. Go Wild. Boo Vegas injury reserves. Apparently, the reason that Gabriel Landeskog is not playing for the Avalanche, by the way, is because the NHL is now actually going after people for LTIR abuse. You know, they never did it with Kucherov. They never did it with Mark Stone. Now we're going to do it. I don't understand this need for a salary cap in the playoffs. Who cares? If there's stars that are able to play in the playoffs, put them in the game. Sell tickets, guys. This is not hard. Allie Quinn dropping the grippers in the chat. Gripper Nation. Amy Jo Green, dude, Gabriel's been out for 3 years. This is not intentional cap circumvention. Yes, but he was healthy. And what was reported today was that they're keeping him out because they want to be like, oh, well, that's what was reported today. Don't get mad at me. That's out of Colorado, okay? That ain't me. I'm not making this up. I think it's stupid too. We're on the same side. Critical Mind. Will STPN be covering the Oilers-Kings series? If so, who? Right now, we're stretched a little thin, so not yet. But I have the ability to pivot at any time. Whoa, Wes Richard dropping 5 STPN memberships. Thank you, Wes Richard. Oh, Lane Hudson turns it over. Oh, 19 seconds to go. Sorry, Lane Hudson didn't turn it over. He gave it over. So yes, I want to do the Edmonton series, but I cannot do both. And I figured since we have a whole bunch of stuff going on at Sport Check, and sometimes the Leafs and Oilers are going to be playing on the same night, it would make sense for me to do the Montreal Canadiens series and then pivot to the Oilers should Montreal not get through Washington, which, to be fair to everybody involved, they are the underdog. Period over. I have to be honest with you. I think Washington figured out Montreal's offense a little bit in that period. That Gallagher play there that you're watching on screen, while cool, is not is probably the best opportunity Montreal had all period. They didn't have a lot going on offense. Prophet says, are you considering the Jets? Well, listen, I think I have to kind of look at how the series go. Like last year, I started with the Vancouver Canucks, and then the Canucks played the Oilers, and then I was like, oh, well, the Oilers won, so I'll go with them. I don't think it's going to be as clean and easy this year. But yes, I'm going to do some West Coast games, probably starting in the second round. But maybe late first. I also, maybe we could check in on Hayden's series. By the way, if you're scoreboard watching tonight, it is still 1-1 for the Blues and the Jets. Avalanche and Stars start at 9:30. Oilers start at 10. I'm going to be watching both tonight. Hey, so this clip is the one series we have not seen yet. It's the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's our preview of the series. Have a look. I'll be back in the third. The SDPN Bracket Challenge is now open. You can sign up with the link in the description. We're making predictions here, but we want to see yours not only in the comments, but in the Bracket Challenge because you can win prizes. And we haven't announced all those prizes yet, but they're going to be primo. We're talking big time.
A trip on Adam's yacht.
No, we're going to go take you to San Diego with Steve Dangle. I'm kidding. Steve does not even know what series we're doing.
That's becoming a deep cut. I don't know how many people get the San Diego reference.
Steve does not know what series we're doing, and I'm just going to tell you. The Battle of Florida.
Oh!
The Florida Panthers, the Tampa Bay Lightning, they've played before. They're doing it again. And this is honestly, we all wanted this, didn't we?
Oh, 100%. Oh, no. Yeah, for sure. Let's get Leafs, Panthers, Sens, Lightning. What nerd wanted that? Get out of here. This is so much better.
This is Adam Wylde admitting that he likes Gary Bettman. He wants to kiss his forehead and say, thank you, Mr. GB, for giving me this series, because under a perfectly normal 1-8 playoff system that the NHL should have, this series would not happen.
Right.
But because Gary Bettman manufactured this silly wild card division thing, we get the Battle of Florida. And this is the 3rd seed against the 5th seed.
That's bonkers.
Sure, but do you want to talk about that, or do you want to see me hit some dingers?
Let's hit some dingers.
No, say it. Say it.
All right.
Say it.
What?
Kiss it.
I can't.
No, kiss it. You owe him.
Gary, fine, Gary. This worked out for you this time. All right, now
Adam,
they split the season. Apologize. They split the season series 2-2 during the regular season. This is the 4th time in 5 years these two teams will meet in the playoffs. 2020, 2021. Obviously, we know that the Panthers lost in 6 games. 21-22. We also know that the Panthers lost, but this time they were swept in the conference semis, and they won last year a 4-1 series win, which I think surprised a lot of people with how dominant. Like, it was crazy.
Well, what made it fun at the end was Sergachev came back.
Yeah.
And was good, and the Lightning won, and we all went, whoa, before Florida put that right to bed.
I just want to say something. It is kind of criminal that it took 20, 25 years of these two teams being in the league for them to ever meet in the playoffs. It doesn't speak to the playoff format, by the way, before Gary takes credit for that. It speaks to how bad the Panthers were for how long.
They were so bad.
The Lightning were pretty bad for a long time.
They were, but during 2003, 2004,
it was a little more on and off than the Panthers, who were just off.
Yeah. Those Ole Oken and Roberto Luongo years, it was tough.
The worst stat ever. They finally got him his cup last year, so I forgive him.
Luongo played 6 playoff games as a Panther.
That's crazy. Now, this series is going to be interesting, and it's not because of the players in it. We know the Kucherovs and the Tkachuks and the Vasilevskis and the Bobrovskis and Ekblad and Hedman and all that. The problem is, it seems, health.
Well, I was going to say, do we know the Tkachuks? We have not seen him.
Matthew Tkachuk since the finals of the Four Nations.
We haven't seen him, and the Panthers are being, at the time we're recording this anyway, awful coy about his availability and status.
I was looking at this series trying to make notes and everything. And I was like, this is one of the more difficult series to predict out of the 8 because I don't know who's playing for the Panthers. Like, I don't know who's 100%. I assume most of them will play, but like, am I getting 70% of these guys?
Well, Aaron Ekblad sure seems to be in a good humor about it. He missed, I think, 8 games or something. He's like, I feel great. I feel fantastic. Matthew Tkachuk, the only update I can give you guys on that was Paul Maurice said he wasn't going to miss anything in the playoffs. This is a guy that played with a broken pelvis in the finals a couple of years ago. Sternum.
I don't think you can play with a broken pelvis.
Sternum. I don't know why I said pelvis. Anyway, long story short, he's going to play. What percentage of Matthew Tkachuk do you guys think shows up?
0 clue. Like, it doesn't shock me in the slightest that he's playing. It also doesn't mean he's healthy or worth playing. He might be an all-world player.
No, do your thing.
What?
Where you got the most upset out of anything this season. Matthew Tkachuk playing in the Four Nation final.
Oh,
yeah.
Listen.
I've never seen you more upset.
No, it was, as a Canadian, thank you. As a Canadian, thank you for playing in the Four Nation final. Thank God. Like, can you imagine? What would you rather play? What would you rather play against? I'm going to give you a couple options. Do you want 6.5 fuck-off minutes of Chris Kreider and Matthew Tkachuk, or would you rather have a full game from Kyle Connor? Thank you. Genuinely thank you. Like, there are millions of Canadians who have not contributed to Canada in 2025 the way Matthew Tkachuk has by playing in that game, right? So it doesn't shock me at all that he's playing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what a warrior that he played through that, not sarcastically in the slightest. What a warrior for playing through the broken sternum. But are you going to be a positive contributor to this team? We don't know. Now, the reason it's such a red flag with him is we know unless you physically restrain him, he will play. If he is at 5%,
he's playing.
He's playing. Mm-hmm. He might get out there and look worse than people at your local public skate. And unless he's pronounced dead, he's taking the ice.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's a compliment.
You could shoot him.
He's a warrior. He's an absolute warrior. He's a complete warrior. But that's sometimes a detriment to himself and, as we saw at the Four Nation Face-Off, his team. If he's more than 75, 80%, holy shit, the Lightning are in for it. Because now you got a team with Bennett, another guy who's been hurt, Tkachuk, Marchand.
Verhaeghe, who seems to be coming on a little bit after not a great year.
But imagine a line of Bennett, Marchand, Tkachuk.
Oh.
You know what? You better hope you're not going up against them, and you better hope extra you're not going up against them and the ref blows the whistle. That might be worse than actually playing. As soon as he blows the whistle, what do you think? They're just going to go to the bench? Fuck you. They're going to punch you in the face like 5-6 times before they get there. That's going to be an exhausting time. And you know what player, if they are healthy, I don't know why I took over this video. What player
I set you up.
You know what player, if Tkachuk is good to go and Bennett is good to go and Marchand is going to go, you know what player they're going to be on like shit on Velcro? Kucherov.
Because Kucherov gets mad.
Kucherov gets both kinds of mad. He gets, I'm going to obliterate you and turn into the best player in the world mad, and I'm going to take my ball and go home mad. If you can get him to be take my ball and go home mad, you win the series no problem.
The two most important players I would argue in this series are healthy and they're ready to go, but their numbers tell a very interesting story. And they are probably the two best goalies in the world outside of Connor Hellebuyck. Yeah. It's Vasilevsky, it's Bobrovsky. Now, I want to compare and contrast. Vasilevsky, I think people have fallen off on Vasilevsky, and it's wrong to do so.
People just forget, eh? Like
they forget. But if I look at the last 3 years in the playoffs, Bobrovsky has a 911, a 915, and a 906. And he has played in that time 10 plus 19, 29 plus 20. He's played over 50 games. Andrei Vasilevsky has played less games, but he did play like 75 games between 2019 and 2022 in the playoffs. The problem is the last couple of years against the Leafs in 22-23, 875 save percentage. And then again last year against the Panthers in 897. That's got to come up. Are the Lightning a better team this year than they were last year? And I'm going to go ahead and answer my own question there and go with Yanni Gourde and Oliver Bjorkstrand. I think they are.
Yeah, before the trade deadline, I probably wouldn't have said yes. Now I think I would. Adding Gensel, obviously you subtract Stamkos. I mean, Gourde has fit them like a glove. I mean, I'm angry anyone doubted that. Bjorkstrand's a good fit.
What does the return of McDonough add to them in the playoffs?
I think the playoffs are probably more suited for him.
I don't think they got him as a regular season move. I think they got him with the Panthers in mind.
They're also like another thing that makes this series difficult to predict is it's not just Tampa. Like neither of these teams gives a good gosh darn about the regular season. They, I think, have for months now just been thinking about the destruction of their playoff opponent.
Right.
So that's going to be the beautiful thing. They don't have this three-headed monster on the back end anymore of Hedman, McDonough, Sergachev, but I think Moser's been pretty good.
Cernak's not been bad.
Cernak's been pretty good. Perbix, Lilleberg is a son of a bitch. That's not a fun time back there.
Jesse, if you're the Tampa Bay Lightning, how do you stop the three-headed monster of Bennett, Tkachuk, Marchand?
I think by having the better overall roster that's playing at the moment. I think like for the length of this especially the second half of the season, but I think the entire length of the season, Tampa has been the better team and they should not be spooked by the Florida Panthers. There's an interesting thing that happened with the Super Bowl this year where the Eagles were playing the Kansas City Chiefs who were going for a three-peat. And everybody was picking the Chiefs strictly based on reputation of them going in there and being like, they've won the last two Super Bowls. They're probably going to win again. But they hadn't been playing well. They weren't the better team on paper, and the Eagles had more talent in every single way. And I look at that Super Bowl, and I looked at this series kind of in the same way, where if you're picking the Florida Panthers, you're picking this series based on reputation and not how these teams have played at all. The Tampa Bay Lightning finished the season second in goal differential in
They've
the
been
standings,
unreal,
which is crazy. They have the sixth best penalty kill. They have the fifth best power play. They're first in goals for per game, and they are third in goals against per game.
Is that good?
They are amongst the top in the league in all the major categories. They are easily the better team in every single way, except for like the X factor of the other team just won the Stanley Cup, and that's kind of the only reason to pick Florida. So I feel like Tampa shouldn't be scared, and I lean heavy towards Tampa.
Do you guys predict this being a nasty series? Do you act? Yeah. Sometimes you get a reaction like that, and it's not. With these guys hurt, maybe is there a chance that it isn't?
Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, Brad Marchand, dude. Jesse Puljujarvi just got suspended. Like
Nico Mikkola.
Oh my God, Nico Mikkola. But then going the other way, like Brandon Hagel, that's a prick. Lilleberg, all the. I mean, Tampa's just full of guys who.
I don't think Braden Point's that nice either.
No, Tampa won their cups by being the more skilled team who will go you, though.
Yep.
Those teams like the 08 Red Wings. Sorry, they haven't been in the playoffs in a while. The 08 Red Wings, nah. Like they're very rare. Even the
They were
09
all
Penguins.
they were all skill, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and like even they did have guys who would go you. Like I'm not saying they were 100% skill, but the Lightning they're not afraid of you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so with that, guys, what's your prediction? This was, to me, one of the hardest series.
I need it to go at least 6 games because it would bring Sergei Bobrovsky to 100 career Stanley Cup playoff games played. He's already 24th all time.
Wow.
In Stanley Cup playoff games played, behind Andrei Vasilevsky, who is tied for 14th. He's tied with Glenn Hall, who holds the NHL record for consecutive games played by a goalie at 502.
Wow.
So the fact that Vasilevsky is tied with him is psychotic. This series could go 4 or 7, completely depending on health. I'm going to assume everyone's healthy, and I'm going to go ahead and give this in 7 games to Tampa.
Wow, big pick. Jesse, follow
Adam,
it up.
who do you got?
Okay, for me, it's really hard to bet against the Florida Panthers, but here's the deal. They've played a lot of hockey. Of any team in the NHL, they have played the most hockey. And at some point, the wheels do fall off.
It fell off Tampa, and it looks like they're right back.
They're right back in it. Is this the season where they kind of do what the Golden Knights did? Oh, we fell out in the round 1, and then they're back the next season. I think it might be. I am going to assume that nobody's healthy because it's the NHL. I say Tampa in 7.
They really are all liars, eh?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Jesse?
I'm on Tampa too.
Oh,
based
wow.
on what I was just saying. I don't think it's good that we're all 3 of us are on Tampa.
Probably means Florida wins in 4.
Yeah, it's Florida sweep is probably what's going to happen, but I'll say Tampa in 5.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, Tampa in 5.
If Vasilevsky wins 5 games these playoffs, which would obviously take him through the series, and he would have to win at least 1 more, he will enter the top 10 in all-time Stanley Cup playoff wins by a goalie.
Wow.
Tying Jacques Plante.
Wow.
That's crazy. Okay, well, let's wrap it up there. No more records. It's okay.
No.
Don't forget to sign up for the SDPN bracket. It's available right now. Link is in the description. And, of course, we want your predictions in the comments, too.
Third period. You ready for the third period? Are you? Habs fans, are we ready for the third period? It's actually, I got to ask, Caps fans, are you ready for a third period? It's all business right now for the Caps. I actually think this third period could be fun because the Habs are going to have to go, you know what? Screw it. Let's cheat for offense. Who cares? Our goalie's good tonight. Let's rock and roll. Why not, right? Oh, speaking of, Agent Provocateur mug. You can get it at the SDPN store. Kids, I just want you to know right before I started the stream here for the third period, spilled coffee all over my laptop. Laptop's fine, but everything smells like coffee now. And it's slightly wet. Thankfully, I don't put any sugar in my coffee so it doesn't get that sticky feeling. Mad says, Adam, do you follow MotoGP? I do not. I don't have time. I don't have time. I wish I did. There's only so many sports you can follow. So I have chosen the 2 sports that I enjoy the most. I was an obsessed, radical, crazy hockey fan growing up. So I still am. And Formula 1 fan. And those are my sports. I watch other sports, but if I'm going to follow them and do them closely, it's going to be those two. I just don't have time to do anything else. When you have kids, man. Well, there's lots of people with kids that follow more sports than I do. Drew Livingston, for one. Producer Drew follows like every damn sport. I don't know how he does it. 19:30 left in the third period. Caps already in the Montreal zone. Tom Wilson at the point takes a shot off of Matheson's ankle. Wilson behind the net. Wilson's been a factor in this game. Puck out to Roy at the point. Back to Wilson. Wilson with a nice little floater on. Deflected away. Wilson again out to the point. Big shot by Dubois. Wilson's making stuff happen tonight. His vision's crazy. Dubois at the top of the circle. All right. All right, Montebo. F1 is fun. WRC is godlike. Yeah, I'm sure. Spencer Jameson, do you have a feed of the game we could see? Spencer, I am a co-owner of this company, and I don't have the billions of dollars needed in order to show a game feed legally. So no. We're watching together. It's kind of like, imagine this is like hanging out in your friend's basement. That's what we're doing. 18:55 left in the third period. Come hang out, Spencer. Come enjoy what a watch along is. Andrew 8468 says Yarm AT Plus. It's a new subscription service. You may want to check it out. That's bad TV. Adam doesn't want to spend his wealth on us. Listen, the whole point of having it is to not spend it. That's how you become wealthy. Hayden wants to know when I'm going to space. Well, listen, I'm a feminist, so I thought the ladies need to go first, right? For feminism. The most ridiculous. By the way, if you're an SDP VIP, you already heard our episode on that. Oh my God. The ridiculousness was off the charts. Just an obnoxious wow. Rye. I'm just going to interrupt what I was saying. Rye is having a colonoscopy tomorrow. Congrats, Rye. That sounds fun. Oh! Dubois with a nice little backhand, kicked away by Montembeault. That Gail King quote, too. It's like, oh, all these people talking about us in space. Have y'all been to space? No, Gail. No, Gail. Also, straight up, they didn't go to space. They only went to the outer layer, the same place where, you know that guy? Remember that guy who was like in the astronaut suit and he skydived to Earth on that Red Bull thing? Yeah, that guy wasn't fully in space either, and neither was Blue Origin. Felix Baumgartner, that's right. What's Felix up to, I wonder? Brian Clark, what? Are you poor or something? Man, I have never been, as a billionaire, I've never been poor shamed harder than by Gail King. By the way, Rye, shout out to you for the colonoscopy because Robert says, let's go men's physical health, go Rye. You know what? You're showing up for yourself. I have to get my first colonoscopy at, I think it's 40? So I'm 3 years off. Oh, Caulfield around the goal. Nobody there to get that rebound. That's the best opportunity that first line's had since probably the first period. Pickleball Pat, Katy Perry sounded nuts after it. I know, man. Did you hear them? They were like, we weren't going to space. We were taking up space. We were making space. It was like, who are you talking to? And there was all these weird dramatic pauses when she was speaking at the press conference afterwards. Like, are you waiting for applause or are you hoping that that comment lands and hits us on like a intergalactic mental level? Oh my God, Katy Perry just... When did Katy Perry become Socrates? You know what I mean? It's weird. It was weird. Weird. Wavy Davy, you're 37? LOL. I am. 37. Last week, actually. Happy birthday to me. 16:23 left in the third. Debanov! Puck goes off the post. Well, damn you. At least you know it's accurate. Logan Thompson accidentally knocked that goal off, or that goal, the net. That's what I'm talking about. Look at Demidov. That is a tight shot. And that could have had Thompson not been on his post, that puck's going in. Good for Demidov. James Stemler, technically they were in space, just not outer space. You know what, James? Technically. Fine, it does matter. Jardine says, hey, can you stop talking? I'm trying to sleep. You know what? No. I can't. I'm on a stream. I'm doing my job, okay? Do I go to your job and say, can you stop doing your job because I'm trying to sleep? I don't think so. Oh! Turn around. Woo! Yeah, this is this Demidov line, but in the defensive zone. Which, Ryan Leonard just laid Demidov out. That's for sure interference normally. But it's the playoffs. It's just Julius says they're holding space for space. Excuse you. You're right. Whoa, did I disrespect? Hold on. Can I just say one more thing about the Blue Origin thing? Listen, Amanda Nguyen on that flight, that is a woman who was training to be an astronaut. And she deserves everything good that's coming to her. So I'm not talking about her or anybody else on that flight that might have had a good reason to be there. But you're Gail King and you're Katy Perry and you're calling yourselves astronauts? Sorry. No. Astronauts go out and pilot things and do science things and further humanity. You went out and you're like, hey, I brought a flower. I'm just saying. Jacqueline K says, please come to my job. How fun, LOL. Bring SDPN. Lee says it was an amusement park ride. It was. Dude, if I jump in a race car with Lewis Hamilton, am I a race car driver? If I'm sitting in the passenger seat? No. If I jump on an airplane and fly to Florida, I'm not piloting the plane. I'm not a pilot. I'm just a guy who sat his ass down on a thing and looked out the window. Respectfully, their view was a lot better than my view's ever been. But, oh, here we go, Chychrun. Yo, I think Chychrun's going to score tonight, man. I still think he's going to score. McMichael has played a really good game, too, for the Caps. They are, frankly, just a better team. Sometimes in the playoffs, the better team doesn't win. But in this game, they're doing pretty well. Suzuki to Matheson. Shot is blocked, and that looked like it hurt. Was that Wilson? Yeah. Ooh. That hurt. Tom Wilson doesn't go down easily. That would hurt. $13.50 left in the third. This period's been pretty back and forth. Fun to watch, though. It's a good series. Doesn't quite have the drama that the St. Louis and Winnipeg game had. Not yet, anyway. By the way, checking the scoreboard, we're about 15 minutes away from the Avalanche and Stars. And Jimmy Snuggerud scored his first NHL goal 2 times today. He scored it on his own net. They gave the goal to Scheifele because Jimmy plays for the Blues. But then Jimmy scored on the Jets, and that had to feel real good. He did good. Seth Fraser, Montreal needs to find more if they want to have any hope in this series. Yes, they were always going to be in tough, though. And I think it's tough because here's the thing, no disrespect, Hab fans. I'm not trying to bash the team, but when you look at an ideal scenario for how these lines shape up, you have a very clear, pretty good first line with Suzuki, Caulfield, Slafkovsky. You got to be happy with that. Your second line has Line A and has Demidov. If you get them both going at the same time, that's insane. But my question is Alex Newhook the ideal centerman for those guys? And I don't know that he is. So I think they're gonna have to find a little more depth at that position this summer. So John Micha says, "What happened with the Leaf stream yesterday?" Well, it started a period late because we had internet issues down at Sport Check. So we sent Steve and Hayden and Drew up here to SDPN. So sorry, who's taking warmups? Landeskog is taking warmups for the Avalanche. Will he play? He might play. Yeah, I think tomorrow we're going to have Drew and Steve broadcast from home. We're going to see what happens there and get the internet issue sorted out so we can make sure we put on a good show for you guys. Because we're going to invite you down and have a live audience, do all those things. We want to make sure it works properly. So we had a bunch of meetings today on how to do that. We'll get going, man. It's going to be great. We also did the entire STP at Maple Leaf Square today, and we're going to be doing that the entire playoffs. It's pretty friggin' awesome to be doing a show down there. I'm not going to lie. Beckstar78 said, "I always thought this was your basement till Steve said it was SDPN yesterday." Yeah, not my basement. And I, by the way, all of my streams will be here. Only Steve's streams eventually will go back to Sport Check. My streams are staying right here in SDPN. You're asking why? Well, that's the deal. That's why. Devin Tays is taking warm-up for the Avs. And interestingly, because, he became an assistant captain when Landeskog obviously stopped playing hockey, the assistant captain has been removed from his jersey. So, and that doesn't mean he's not an assistant captain. The Leafs have that too, where they rotate guys in. I think Marner and Matthews for years traded off wearing the A. I think it's Riley and Marner now that trade off wearing the A. But yeah, you can only have two assistants on the ice at the same team, same time. So they'll shift in and out. Nick says, "Sorry you guys had issues yesterday. You guys handled it like champs." So I appreciate that. It's honestly, it's one of those things that it happens. We had a hardwire connection, ran into firewall issues. We'll solve it. I've been through worse than that. Way worse. And the reality is, as long as the stream is rolling and we're just doing our thing, man. And Sport Check, by the way, first off, being down there is so sick. The staff are incredible. Oh, nice play by Beauvillier. Wow, he already has a goal tonight, and he snuck by Carrier there. And Carrier's just holding him on the ice now. Trevor Van Riemsdyk floats one in. Oh, that was a lot like how Beauvillier scored the first time. Yeah, that Sport Check, the Sport Check staff have been incredible. Like really, really nice. We got jerseys crested today. They do it really quick on site. It was great. Awesome. Awesome crew. Hey, Adam, do you know Gus Bundy? No, I do not know Gus Bundy. James Stemler, shout out to STPN crew for yesterday. As you lately are taking on so many new endeavors, there will be inevitably some hiccups along the way. Well, you know what I appreciate? That this audience is willing to go, yeah, well, that happens. We're a small company, right? We got a lot of people doing we got a small group of people doing a lot of things. So we're doing our best. And I appreciate you guys hanging in there with us and having fun regardless. The chat, I think, was hilarious yesterday for Steve's stream. I was watching it before he even came on, and there was like 2,000 people in there making jokes, watching the game, just doing it themselves. It was awesome. Ask Steve about Gus Bundy the next time you see him. He'll know. I'm going to text Drew, see how pumped he is for tonight. The stream wants to know how you're feeling about Gabe being out there and Devon Tays not wearing an A. Are you pumped? There you go. Boom. Sedin Magic 15. The Avs already have more weapons than the U.S. Army, and they're getting another one back. It's not fair. Now, let's ignore the fact that might create some cap issues for them next year, although probably not. Now that I think about it, why would it? The Caps exploding next year. They're fine. Oh, must be good to be an Avs fan. It's good to be a Leafs fan right now. Good to be a Caps fan right now. That guy is just jamming in his seat. He's got the Stanley Cup mug. Drinking beer out of it. Chikrin down low. Dubois behind the net. He comes out, cuts back. Oh, Suzuki read that play properly. Struble is trying to cross-check McMichael right into the net. Ref split them up. Kaludi says, where does Gabe slot in the lineup? That's a good question. I'm going to have a look at the lines here on Puckpedia. By the way, go to Puckpedia for the lines. Really, really good. It looks like if he's going to play, it's going to be third line right wing next to Joel Kiviranta and Charlie Coyle, which will be the all bastard express. That will not be a fun line to play against. Man, are we going to get to see that tonight? I think that's going to be so cool. That is really cool that we're going to get to see Gabriel Landeskog come back tonight. It's just saying apples, Adam. Apples. I'll bring the apples. Don't worry. I got to bring it to a live stream, though. Pretzel Hunt. Coyle has been really strong lately. Dude, Coyle, there's a Minnesota Wild player that the Minnesota Wild should have never traded. There, I said it, Hayden. Hayden says there's a lot of those. Oh, maybe one Brent Burns. I think, who? Or Holla. Yeah, that's a tough one. I know why they had to trade Fiala, but I thought he was pretty good there too. Jason Zucker, right? Oh yeah. Listen, Nino Nieder, El Nito. All right, here we go. Mangiapane. Oh, great play by Savard there. Breaks that up. Keeps the Habs in this game. If there's a third goal, that's going to be a dagger. And Washington really has poured it on through the first 9 minutes of this game, or 9 minutes of this period. This has been a bit of a Washington Capitals masterclass. Like, the first period, Habs were in it. Second period, they were there, but not getting the chances. Third period, there's been nothing. Steven Schiller says, I'm still so mad about Zucker. He's my favorite all-time Wild player. Silent Rob 1192, they bought out Parise and they bought out Suter. You know what I have to say? The fact that the Wild are even in the playoffs with a $15 million cap penalty for 3 straight years, it's pretty good. Drew says that Landeskog being back in the lineup feels like the birth of his third child. He said, I've been waiting for so long for this. It's going to be a special night for Drew. We should be doing a Drew live stream. Don't you think? Mark Triven says, how does Hayden feel about losing Kaprizov in free agency? He said they're keeping him and they're going to sign Besser too. Oh, Dubois is going to the box. It's for triple. It looks like he got Carrier when he fell. His stick came out. And we got a delayed penalty here. The Caps touch the puck. That's Rasmus Sandin touching the puck. And there's going to be not only a penalty, but an offensive zone draw to kick it off. Watch Dubois here. He's going to trip Carrier. Boom. Yep. 10 minutes to go. This is the Habs' chance to get in this game. Mike 4DDL says, Drew stream. No thanks. You know, I know how Drew is online. And I know how he's cantankerous. But Drew could be one of the best people in the world. Like, he's legitimately the secret between you and me. Guy is just awesome. He's just a really good person. Loves a hockey debate. Crazy takes on food. One of the best guys ever met. Love him. Marty Waltz says, Habs' valiant effort, completely overmatched, still rooting for them. Well, if you're a Habs fan, you should root for them. And you know, who can't root for an underdog? But yeah, I agree. Completely. The Caps are like, they're very much a good team. And this is business. Just a business game. John Meachus says, Charles Barkley predicted Leafs and Oilers in the final. And didn't he take the Oilers to win? Man, Charles is protect Charles. Bodyguard on that man at all times. He just rocks. What are your bottom 5 Drew takes? Sebastian asks. This week? I think he's got some crazy, like, you're asking me to remember stuff, which I'm really bad at. He's got some crazy food takes. I think I'm pretty sure he drinks milk with ice. Like, he likes ice cold milk, but puts ice cubes in it. Like, that's something, right? We got to talk about that. Looks like Kyle Connor has scored for the Winnipeg Jetaruskis. That's his second goal in 2 games. And remember, Team USA scratched him in the Four Nations final. Thank you, Team USA. Appreciate you. Man. All the people reacting to the milk with ice, hilarious. Absolutely. That's how we all reacted too. We all felt the same way. He's uniquely himself. Here comes Hudson. Over to Laine. Big save by Thompson. Laine basically trying to pull an Ovi again. Suzuki on the half wall. Out to Lane Hudson. Laine's calling for it. He is open. Suzuki's going to try to find him here. They cut the lanes on him. Lane Hudson, Suzuki, back and forth. Suzuki getting challenged, gets it back to Hudson. Laine's going to shoot. A little bit off. There's room. And Cole Caulfield puts it in. The Montreal Canadiens are back in this game. Costly penalty, even if it was a mistake by Pierre-Luc Dubois. Listen, the Montreal Canadiens have not really been in this game since the first period in terms of scoring chances. That is a big goal. Now, if you're Marty St. Louis, you go, guys, defense be damned. Go score some more goals. Tie this game up. Let's go to overtime. It did have to be Caulfield, by the way. James Stemler had to be Caulfield. Haha. Absolutely. Absolutely had to be Caulfield. Big time goal. This is the kind of experience you need if you're the Montreal Canadiens. You're looking for this. Caulfield and Suzuki have been to the Stanley Cup Finals, right? They've got tons of experience. But for the rest of the guys on the team that maybe don't have as much, and I know Laine's been conference finals before with Winnipeg, the younger guys on this team have not experienced what you've experienced. They haven't seen this. And I think that they're going to look at this, and that never quit attitude is going to be important, even against impossible odds. 9 minutes going. 9 minutes. Whoa, Newhook with a shot. Frank Saravalli. Milk with ice is just pre-milkshake. That's so true. That's pretty damn true. It's a watered down milkshake. Well, it is and it isn't. You need a little sugar in there. Like, don't you have to put like a banana in a milkshake and stuff too? Or like an egg? And there's like a whole bunch of stuff that goes into a milkshake. That's just milk and ice. We can't let Drew get away with that. Here's Gallagher. Shot! Good save by Logan Thompson. Very calm. Josh Anderson trying to get there and cause trouble. Of course he is, because he's Josh Anderson. And Alexander Alexiev pushing him out. There's Eller in there with Gallagher, because of course. They're chanting USA, by the way, down at hilarious. Lars Eller and Brandon Gallagher, former teammates, by the way. Lars Eller was a longtime Montreal Canadian before he became a longtime Capital. He was a Colorado Ave for a bit, and then he was Penguin for a bit. Back to the Capitals. Crowd's pissed about something. Oh, it's Wilson and Anderson going head-to-head. It's Tom Wilson and Tom Wilson light. No penalty on that. Oh, Anderson just pushed Wilson over. I'm surprised he didn't get a penalty for that. It's a game one thing, you know? What is it, Hayden? Okay, so the Capitals' entire roster has a combined 300 playoff points. Okay. The Montreal Canadiens' combined playoff roster has 88. That's wild. David Owen says, I went to the Jays game yesterday. Can confirm Fat Guy Corner. The bourbon smash was unreal. The brisket nachos were fantastic. The pickle pretzel dog was too perfect. Jerk chicken skewers were great. Did you have the French fries with the cotton candy? Yuck. Yuck. Did somebody just call Josh Anderson Timu Tom Wilson? That's funny. Hudson in. Habs have won this draw. This is a big deal. Slavkovsky, this first line is out there. They got legs now. They got confidence. Hudson down in. Tipped a little bit by Slavkovsky there, but also bumped wide. Slavkovsky knocks down the Caps defenseman. Caulfield in the corner. Point to Hudson. Misses. Chikrin behind the net. Suzuki. Robert Betts says, just finished watching your podcast from today. Wearing a Sens jersey in Maple Leaf Square. What did you and Jesse have against Steve? Well, we had a bet with Steve over the Masters. And so the three of us each picked a player. And you could win, you could come in the middle, or you could be the loser. And the loser has to have something happen to them. And one of our VIP listeners suggested that Steve has to wear a Sens jersey for the next VIP episode. So that's what he's going to do. But we were trying to get him to go out in Maple Leaf Square. Capitals are looking for goal 3 here. They need to start looking very strongly at trying to get some pucks to Montembeault, don't you think? You can't let the Canadiens get within 5 minutes of the end of the game without that 3-1 cushion. It's going to get awfully uncomfortable. Montreal dumps the puck in, but it goes over the glass. New hook. Silent Rob 1192, Sens fan Steve. Jesse dared him to go out in Maple Leaf Square and take a picture with nobody there in his Sens jersey, and Leafs Steve was like, yeah, I don't think so. Not a chance. Not a chance. Pirate Ghost, don't know if anybody's clocked it, but Landeskog is in the lineup for the Avs tonight. We didn't get official confirmation, but that's great to hear. Looks like he's going to play next to Kiwi Ranta and Charlie Coyle. I'm excited to watch that. So here's the question then, guys. Do I watch game 1 of the Oilers series, or do I watch game 2 of the Avs series? I know I can watch both, but what am I going to watch more of? Oh, they're saying Landeskog is now being written in as a scratch tonight after being shown in the lineup. Shenanigans. Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that, guys. Keep me updated. I'd like to know. So Landeskog is not playing. It was just confirmed. Interesting. Wow, that's a bummer. Now I know what series I'm watching, and it's definitely Edmonton, LA. No disrespect to Colorado, Dallas, but I saw them play. I want to know what this Edmonton LA series is going to look like, and I definitely want to know what the Panthers Lightning series is going to look like. Ryan Clark, I was crying in the club, Avs. He was warming up, James. Landeskog was warming up, but he ain't playing. He'll play next game. .541 left in the third. Carlson. Out to center. 5:24 left. Next time we get a whistle, there's going to be a commercial break. Looks like we just got our whistle. So we're going to go to commercial here, and then we are into the last 5 minutes in a 1-goal game. It feels, 1 goal feels a heck of a lot. Like 2 goals is not crazy in the NHL these days, but a 1-goal game feels attainable for the Habs. If they'd rolled into 5 minutes left with 2 goals left, I've been like, this game's probably over. And it's because the Caps have literally dominated them all game, with the exception of like a little spurt in the first period. Robert Bett, according to your podcast, you're a secret Habs fan. That's been a running joke for years, that I'm like this secret Montreal Canadiens fan. I do not understand why, but that's what it is. So Miles Wood is playing tonight. Gabriel Landeskog is not. If Landy plays next game and Avs go back home with a 2-0 lead, the Stars are cooked. Yeah, I guess maybe it makes sense. Thinking about this, the Avs are not playing at home. You want Landeskog to make his debut at home, right? That kind of makes sense. I mean, you want to win the series, but it says, why is Adam so far? Did something happen? Oh, did you? Okay. Thank you for saving that, Hayden. Apparently my screen shown. Francois Labelle, I'm afraid earlier because I said go Habs go, but go Habs go! Francois, go Habs go, buddy. Robert Bett, don't worry, Adam. We still love you. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you, buddy. You know we love you back. Love you back. Love you back. All right. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. I'm going to clap so we can all align our streams. Are you ready to go? Taking forever. Can we drop the puck, please? Here we go. He's not. He's going to fake drop this. He's talking to the players. He's fake dropping this thing. Oh, he did it. There you go. There's McMichael. Dubois. Intercepted by Suzuki. Caulfield. The big line is out there for the Canadiens. They got it done on the power play. Can they do it 5-on-5? Slavkovsky back to Caulfield. Big poll in the chat right now. To the Habs tie this game. What do you think, guys? Matthew M. I'm excited for Leonard. I don't think he's ready. He looks lost at times. I'd rather have fast boy Ethan Frank in there. Yeah, I thought Leonard's had some good moments tonight, but you're right. I think maybe perhaps this is a pretty big stage, but I'm glad they gave it to him. Woo! And you know what? Whoa! Canadiens are close. Puck is still loose. Slavkovsky, Caulfield, out to Hudson. Over to Carrier, saved by Logan Thompson. Suzuki, he scores! This game is tied! The captain has tied the game with 4:15 left to go. Montreal were out of this game. They were out of this game. The Caps were dominating them. It took one power play, and a couple of shifts later, the first line gets it done again. Caulfield, Suzuki, who the hell else would it be? Wow. How did the Caps not clear that? Oh, boy. Man, Logan Thompson just slid too far. He overcommitted. There's no way Logan Thompson should be that far out of his net there. With the puck in that tight, you don't need to be doing that. Look at that Selly. Yeah, you know Suzuki loved that. Francois Labelle, go Habs, go. That's right, buddy. Yes, Francois. Let's go, pal. All right, now, who gets the next goal? Who gets the next goal? Jesse Blake, Habs fan Adam. You know what, Jesse? You go away. You go away, you big bully. Okay, this is going to be fun. People are already calling a triple overtime game, Hayden. I hope you're ready. I don't know if my voice is going to hold up that long. It's a little tired tonight. Pretzel Hunt, so many self-screens. I know. Logan Thompson just got basically screened by his entire defense there. I don't think he saw the puck once, and then he slid out of the net. Not ideal. 3:29 left in the third. Habs are looking strong. Remember, it's house money time, but that era is sort of over. Now it's win time, right? Let's see what happens. RDP says it's 2010 vibes, Adam. Guys, we can't call it 2010 vibes until we see Montembeault literally take over. He's been strong tonight. He's been strong, Timbo. But I don't know that we're quite there yet. Halak Spring was like its own thing. I remember Halak Spring very well. And I'll tell you, we're too early. We're too early. Furfang says, Habs in 7 in my SDPN bracket. Damn. By the way, did you guys hear the overall numbers, the amount of people that signed up for the SDPN bracket? I hope you guys signed up. Over 8,000 people signed up. 8,000. Oh, look at that dejected Caps fan. She is real sad. I don't blame her. 8,000 people. Woo! Woo! 8,000. Anyway, it's going to be one of the most competitive bracket challenges in the world this spring, which I think is so sick. Like, how many bracket challenges outside of like the NHL main one have 8,000 people in them? I want to say, we do. We do. Oh, Alexiev with a nice little floater on. This fourth line for the Habs has been very, very strong, although I am kind of surprised they're out there this late in the game. I guess you got to give the Suzuki line a break. Would love to see more of the Newhook, Demidov, line. Oh, do we have a fight? Oh, no. Alexiev down on the ice. Is he selling a call or did he? Oh, no, he's hurt. He's legit hurt. What happened with Savard? Was it Savard? Was it Evans? Oh, yeah. That's Evans just reaching in, follow through. That's a penalty, guys. Does he hit the puck, though? That's a penalty. 4 minutes! 4 minutes! Whoa! They're going to look at that. 4 minutes? This game was pretty sleepy until the last, 10 minutes? Oh, it seems like a follow-through to me. But, I mean, I do. Okay, so here's the question. Are they going to look at it as if it's a follow-through? Or is it's a follow-through, but it's too late? No penalty. So they wanted to call the penalty, have a look at it, bring it back. So it is a follow-through, Hayden. You're absolutely right. Man. Woo! This game, baby. This game. Exciting. Probably the right call. Probably the right call. Caps fans don't want to hear that. Probably the right call. Alexiev probably wants to hear that the least. I took a stick to the face for friggin' nothing. Thanks, hockey gods. Chikrin to Carlson to in the back of the net. Or, sorry, into the bench, not the back of the net. 2:23 left in the third. I'll do a little clap here so you guys can align streams. But, baby, man, can you imagine if that penalty had been called? That can go two ways. Obviously, Caps can score and win. But if Montreal were to kill that into the overtime, and they kill it in overtime too, the energy they would have, the confidence they would have, the drama. Beauvillier and Gallagher just messing around. They're going to put a ref between them. He's going to be their dad. Oh, Beauvillier got Gallagher with a nice little slash behind the leg there. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Anderson, puck up. The puck may have hit somebody on the bench, they're saying on the broadcast. So even if there is a goal here, will they call it back because it hit someone on the bench? That would be dramatic and stupid. But hey, far be it from me to tell them how to do it. Gallagher with a shot. Logan Thompson blocks that over the glass into the crowd. I've liked Gallagher's game tonight. He's looking good. Leafs Nation says no shots on goal for the Caps since 11:31 per ESPN. That is rough. 1:46 left in the third period. 1:46. I'm going to give you a clap here to start play. So you guys, that's a fake drop, Hayden. I think that's number 6 on the game. Dubois, Suzuki, and Suzuki wins it to Gooley. Slafkovsky's got to use his size here. That's why you have this guy with all that size. You got to use your size, move some bodies, get some shots. He just took one. Get to the net. He just fell, not in front of the net. You need Slav to use that body a little bit more. Here comes Sandin. McMichael with him. Caulfield up the boards. Does not get out. Then it does. Suzuki's got it. He flips it to Slafkovsky. Logan Thompson plays it rather than cover it up. 1:05 left in the third period right now. Guys, we're going to overtime in game 1. Well, maybe we're going to overtime. I mean, there's a minute left. A lot can happen. Van Riemsdyk. Wilson. Oh. Jake Evans. Oh. Jake Evans almost had that intercepted. You know Marty St. Louis just playing all defense. Like, just get us to the overtime period. We just need to take a breather. I'm going to put my Armia Evans line out there. Oh, but they might score here. No way. No way. Oh, Logan Thompson was out of position. Matheson almost had one. Wow. 15 seconds to go. Puck is covered up by Logan Thompson. You have to think they're going to send out the Suzuki line. 14 seconds left. Oh, Thompson did make a good save there. Woo! Hayden, I hope you're ready for triple overtime. Chat's already calling for it. $14 seconds. 14 seconds. I think there's going to be, people are guessing how many overtimes there will be. I think there's going to be one overtime. Death Eater says, hi, Adam. Hi, Death Eater. Dvorak is going to take this face off. Josh Anderson is out there. Gallagher is out there. Marty St. Louis is just going to let him go. Now, playoffs, overtime, it's a lot different. You know that this is going to be like just another normal period. Wesley Haynes, I'm freaking out, got a knot in the gut. I don't blame you, man. .3 seconds to go. Jacqueline K says the Habs will score within the first 5 minutes of OT. NetFund Present says, well, time to have 3 streams for games going. I know, I'm going to miss the first part of the Oilers game. Happy to do it, though. This is exciting. Here we go. Wow, the ref just cannot drop the puck, eh? Sorry, I call him a ref. He's a linesman. Stripes, drop it, buddy. It's 4.3 seconds, dude. Like, where are we going? No one's getting anything done. Going to OT. Big comeback by the Montreal Canadiens in the third period. All right. Now, Hayden, we're going to have to run something else in this period. Amazing. How long is that one? All right. Well, we'll hang out for a little bit. So it's an 18-minute break between periods. And obviously, we got OT on the way. And it's going to be 5-on-5. And it's going to be pretty damn exciting. That's pretty cool for a youngish Montreal team. First game of the playoffs. Yeah, you're going straight to overtime. You're going to have to come back. You're going straight to overtime. Montembeault looks good. Logan Thompson looks like he's on I don't know what's going on with him, but doesn't seem to know where his posts are in the third period. Jesse Blake says, "Run a nailing the apex clip." We're gonna run. We have a good clip to run. Hayden picked a good one, Jesse. Don't you worry. It's actually perfect for tonight. You know what? Here's what I need. Because what we're going to do is I'm going to run our preview for the LA Kings Edmonton Oilers, okay? We're going to run that in a little bit. What I need to know right now is who scores in overtime. What team? What time? What name? Team, time, name. You got to give me we got to get a closest to, okay? Team, time, name. And also, drop some likes in the chat, too, damn it. Jesse's asking you to like the video. Like it. Love it. Get some more of it. James Webb just bet $300 on 7 overtimes. James, that's a hell of a bet. I hope you get to retire if you're betting $300 on something. That's crazy. So we got James Stemler, Caulfield winner, 12:07 of the first overtime. Anderson scores 14 minutes first OT. Montreal, Suzuki scores first OT. Cole Caulfield, first 3 minutes. Lane Hudson, 10:20. Lane Hudson scoring? Habs, Demidov, 8:25. Nobody is picking any. Oh, we got a Dylan Strome in there. Dylan Strome, first OT. And Silent Rob says, it's got to be first OT because I got to tap out after that. Lot of Habs fans. Where are the Caps fans? Where are the Caps fans calling this? Fun fact, Ovi has never scored a playoff NHL OT goal. Tonight might be a good night to start. Demidov. Does Demidov get his first ever playoff goal tonight in overtime, making him a Habs legend instantly? It's a good question, isn't it? Death Eater says it's got to be Matheson because I have him in fantasy. No, I don't blame you. Habs fans dominate YouTube. Apparently they do. Ovechkin, 15 minutes first OT. Okay. Not a lot of people calling for a second OT here, which is encouraging. It's encouraging. Now, I'm going to throw to our series preview of the Los Angeles Kings and Edmonton Oilers. Their game kicks off at 10:22 Eastern Standard Time because no game actually starts on time. It's got to start 15 or 20 minutes after they tell you to tune in. 10:22 is the start for that game. Hayden, let's run that clip and I'll see you guys for overtime.
All right, this year we have a bracket challenge for SDPN, and it's different from last year. You just click the link in the description. Whether you're listening or you're viewing, it's in your description right now, and you get to go up against us for major prizes. We haven't announced them yet.
No.
But they're pretty spectacular. Chris Johnson's going to join. Julian McKenzie's going to join. Producer Drew's going to join so you can laugh at him and his terrible picks.
Gotta
Even
beat
Jesse
him.
and I will. And we want you to be a part of the thousands that join the SDPN bracket challenge with the Spark app. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. And we will give you some prize announcements as it goes on. But of course, the reason you're probably watching this is you need our expert analysis on what picks you should be making. Of course. So let's go with the Los Angeles Kings and the Edmonton Oilers. Now, Edmonton lost a major part of their cup run this offseason, losing Warren Fogle, losing Dylan Holloway, and losing Philip Broberg. They also traded Cody Ceci, and now they've lost another this past weekend. Matthias Ekholm will not play in the first round against the Los Angeles Kings.
And to just turn the knife, Fogel's on the Kings.
That's what I mean. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. Yeah. And can the banged up Oilers make it 4 series wins in a row? Because they have beaten LA the last 3 years, which is kind of crazy. These two teams, by the way, have a huge history. They played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And the Oilers have only lost 2 of those series, guys. So what do we think about, let's just start with Edmonton in net, which has been a question all season. Jesse, are you confident, if you're Chris Knobloch, with Stuart Skinner and Cal Pickard?
I think Stuart Skinner, no one has ever been confident in what he brings to the table. But last season during the playoffs, he showed everybody that that doesn't matter. He can deliver when things get hard, and he brought them all the way to the Stanley Cup final, 1 game away. And if you have a goalie that can do that, has proven to do that, you can go in and be like, okay, we might not be entirely confident in what he can do, but we know he can do it.
He Binningtoned us.
Yeah.
He just decided to turn it on one day. So all the numbers say I'm awful. I'm great now.
Right. So
I'm great now.
You have that. You know that proof concept. This guy can get you to the Stanley Cup final. So whether you hate him or you like him, he can do that.
You know, his tenure in Washington was pretty bad. Bad enough that people forget Darcy Kemper won a cup with the Avalanche in 2022, and he's had an extremely good season with the Kings.
When you look at these two teams playing again, the Los Angeles Kings have a lot of metrics in their favor this year. They've made some really smart moves this offseason, including the Pierre-Luc Dubois trade, which brought them Darcy Kemper, and that's just worked out for everybody. Everybody's happy with that trade.
Hell yeah.
And it's given the Los Angeles Kings a goaltender, which they really didn't have in the way that they wanted to have in the previous years against the Oilers.
No, they were spending big on Jonas Korpisalo.
Right.
Like, they needed this guy.
40 plus 42 goal differential. Compare and contrast that with the Oilers, who are a plus 25. I know it's sort of a plus minus stat, but that's team stat. Yeah. And I think that sort of matters. There's been a huge improvement in net this year. Do you give the edge to the Kings finally in this category? Because it gets Kemper and Big Save Dave.
Yes. Big Save Dave. Oh, the backup.
Dave
I was
Rich.
like, it's not Dave Skinner. I was very confused. I give the edge to the Kings in this category, but I mean, goalies are absurd. So it is possible Skinner outplays Kemper, but I don't think so.
Now, let me give you guys the Oilers' defensive lines as we know them right now. Okay, because this can obviously change come playoffs. But Ekholm is not going to play, so it's Nurse Bouchard, Kulak, Eberson, Cam Dineen, Josh Brown, or some combo of that.
Yeah.
Versus Mikey Anderson, Brant Clark, Vlad Gavrikov, Jordan Spence, Drew Doughty will be in, and it doesn't really matter beyond that.
With the Oilers lineup, just throwing like Jake Wallman will probably be in there.
Jake Wallman will play.
And Stetcher might be in there. So.
Oh, I didn't say Stetcher? I meant to. Oh, yeah, Stetcher's in there. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
They have options.
Yeah.
They have options.
So who do you like better?
Well,
also Klingberg. Who knows?
Well, he's on LTIR.
Wow.
As of now, he's on LTIR. But you're right.
Man, I forgot that was a thing.
Right.
John Klingberg could just show up and be bad.
You're right. Yeah, he could show up and be himself. It's crazy.
Man, I completely forgot that was the thing. We were having this debate. Like, obviously, if the Oilers were to lose Draisaitl and McDavid, that's your 1 and 2 most important guys. Ekholm might be 3. Like, he's so important. Like the team turned such an obvious corner the moment they got him. Oh man, they're terrible defensively, and they're still not the greatest. But then they get him, and the defense was good enough. It just needed to be good enough. Didn't need to be great. Dude, why do we need a great decor? We have like the craziest bunch of just wildebeests in the world here with McDavid. McDavid's missed like 20 games. He's still going to hit 100 points.
Right.
Draisaitl is, potentially having a Hart Trophy caliber season, but losing Ekholm, it's a big deciding factor for me in who I'm going to pick.
Right. Okay. Jesse, thoughts?
Yeah, no, with the Oilers D, it's
Is it
looks
good
better.
enough? Could it be good enough?
I think it looks better than people give it credit for.
Walden was smart.
Yeah, they have a lot of pieces there that I think are like they're good. You know, it's solid. I'm not like the Oilers D stinks. They need a whole bunch of new guys in there. But you look at the Kings and what they're bringing to the table, and I'm like, that's the perfect mix of young and old, of offensive defense. You know, you love Doughty and Spence and Gavrikog and Clark, and it all kind of meshes in perfectly. And I have to give them the edge.
Okay, so then,
especially with Ekholm out,
I guess my question would be, you're giving the Kings the edge. Obviously, you can't give them the edge up front if McDavid and Draisaitl are healthy, but they haven't been. And I know McDavid's come back and done really well.
Yes.
Draisaitl too, but the injury persists, and it looks like he just, like a lot of players this time of year, you're going to be somewhat injured somewhere.
Frederick, we've added, we've subtracted.
So, are the Edmonton Oilers healthy enough to get an edge on the Kings in the offensive department with the forward groups?
I don't think so. I think the Oilers have to drag them into the muck. I think guys like Darnell Nurse are going to be extremely important the first couple games of the series.
Evander Kane might be back too.
No way.
He's taking the ice. He's on the ice right now as we speak.
Well, then add him to the list of guys who are going to be important, because I think you have to drag the Kings into the muck. This is what I said about the Kings in previous years, but I see them as the favorite now. So the Oilers, if you can be enough of a nuisance, if you can batter these guys, even if you drop 2 of the first 3 games of the series, if you drag this thing out long enough, eventually it's going to get too difficult to keep up with Leon and Connor.
Jesse, what do you think?
I don't think you can ever rate a forward group with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl behind any other forward group in the NHL. Like, to me, when they're together, it's always number one. I don't really like the
ice
job,
time matters.
Yeah,
the job is so easy when you're the general manager of the Edmonton Oilers. It's a shame when you can't just put a great team on the ice because you have those 2 players. And like, I don't, even if Leon Draisaitl is injured, he's still going to be one of the best players in the world because we've seen him without an ankle.
A foot.
He didn't have a whole damn foot, and he was still the best player on the ice at times.
Like 3 or 4 points a game.
By the way, he led that year. That's 2023. He led NHL goal scoring until the last game of the finals, and he was eliminated in the second round.
Yep. Like, I don't care if they have injuries or not. Those 2 guys find a way. So I think edge in the forward group for me is Edmonton.
Okay, so then my question will be, gentlemen, the Los Angeles Kings and the Edmonton Oilers are going to play for the 4th straight year. LA Kings fans are a little more tired of this than I would think Oilers fans are. I think Oilers fans like it just fine. Is this the year the Los Angeles Kings win? What are your predictions?
For the Kings, I like their depth, and underratedly, we haven't mentioned this yet, beef. They've had 4 players play for them all season long who, at least according to HockeyDB, are listed at under 6 feet tall. And all 4 of those guys are listed at 5'11". They're a big team. I'll never write the Oilers off. I was tempted to say Kings in 4 or 5. But Edmonton showed so much fight against Florida last year. I can't do that. I'm going to say Kings in 6.
Jesse.
I'm going Kings in 5.
Wow.
Quentin Byfield didn't have a great start to this season, and we forget how young he is. The dude is still 22 years old.
Yeah.
He's still got time to find his own, and I think this series and this playoff mini run for the Kings here will be his coming out party, so look out for him to just go 1-for-1 with McDavid and Draisaitl. Who
Get
knows?
out of here.
But, I got Kings in 5.
It will be Jeff Skinner's first ever career playoff game. He's played 15 years.
Good for him.
He was finally getting in, but I think he'll only get 5 this year as well. Los Angeles in 5 is my prediction. Now leave yours in the comments, and don't forget, join that STPN graph challenge. What am I calling it? Graph challenge?
Bracket
You
challenge.
can make it into a graph if you want.
Sure, it could be that too. Check it out.
Circle B! We're going overtime. Let's go, baby. Let's go to OT. Let's go to OT. Woo! All right. Now, we were having a chat in the CJ group chat, CJ Show group chat, before I came back to air here. And everybody was picking their two. Their two people that would score. And by the way, there can be no repeats. Here's who I picked. Because a lot of them were gone already. So, like, Chikrin and Wilson and Suzuki and Caulfield, whatever. Demidov is my first pick for the Canadiens to score. For the Capitals, I picked John Carlson. And CJ chirped me. He was like, yo, doesn't Demidov have to, register a shot? I'm like, that's why he's going to score. Because he's been invisible all game. He's going to score. And Habs fans are going to be like, man, I always knew he would come through for us. It's the way it is. So Jets win. Jets are probably going to run away with that series. Oilers and Kings start at 10:22 tonight. And I think pretty soon we got do we not have our friends, the Colorado Avalanche and Dallas Stars kicking off? I think we do. 10 o'clock. Well, I never trusted 10 o'clock. Oh, they are started. Okay. Avs have 4 shots. They're already 10 minutes in. And we got overtime. Here we go, kids. First overtime of the playoffs. It's the Capitals and Canadiens, just like no one predicted. Especially the Capitals, who through the first, second, and halfway through the third looked pretty damn good. But one penalty. Pierre-Luc Dubois gets knocked over. His stick flies out. He trips Alex Carrier. And oh my God, we got a power play. And the Habs score on that power play, and it's Cole Caulfield. And then a couple shifts later, 4:15 left to go, Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, Juraj Slafkovsky, all causing trouble in front of Logan Thompson. Logan Thompson overcommits, slides out of his net, and Suzuki gets a wide open cage and finished with just a beautiful selling. So here we are. 18:55 left in overtime. Gallagher, Dvorak. Oh, Dvorak just got dumped from behind. Chikrin just knocked him right over. Oh, gave the puck up, but Sandin is able to grab that, and he's going to skate it out. Cooley clears it out, and it's going to be a high stick. $2, Nate Dogg. Go Avs, go. Did he score? And we have a goal. Nathan McKinnon has already scored. The Habs' 5th shot of the game from Cale Makar and Jonathan Drouin. Damn. Nathan McKinnon has 3 goals right now. 3 goals in 4 periods. That's just crazy. That man he's unbelievable. He's Nathan McKinnon. It's totally believable. Newhook, Demidov, Laine. They've been kind of invisible tonight. But, hey, there's always a time to be a hero. I'm actually kind of disappointed with how they played tonight. I thought that they would be a lot more exciting. They can't seem to get much going. But here comes Newhook, using his speed with a shot. Logan Thompson deflects it over to the corner. Montembeault rounds it. Laine gets it. He gets stripped. Oh, boy. That's not a good turnover for Laine. Just get that puck in deep. I know they're not a big dump and chase team, but you got to flip that puck out and go. And he sort of does it there. And no, he doesn't touch it. So it's an icing, so they're stuck out there. Oh, Patty. Buddy. That's 2 rough plays. That's 2 rough plays by Laine. He's saying he touched it, but yeah. You got to listen. If you're going to skate backwards like that and the puck's coming to you, you got to expect the defenseman's going to be all over you. He knows that. He's played in the NHL long enough. Oh, here we go. Oh, Dubois. Oh, and it's over. Alexander Ovechkin. Ovi with his 2nd goal of the game. That's Alexander Ovechkin's 1st overtime career goal at 39 years old. Washington goes crazy. Montreal Canadiens have their heart broken. A spirited comeback. A couple of rough plays by Laine lead to a defensive zone faceoff for the Montreal Canadiens, which they lose. And the guy that you need to score in OT, who's never done it before, ends it. Alexander Ovechkin, just a couple minutes into overtime. This game is all done. All done. Boy, talk about a leader, man. Ovi, baby. Ovi. Wow. Guys, we just watched more history. Alexander Ovechkin has never scored an overtime playoff goal in his entire career. And damn, he did it. Again, it's not even Laine's, it's not even the icing here. Like, they're showing the icing here on screen. But really where Laine goes wrong is the play before that, which was the exact same play. He doesn't chip it deep. And then it leads to the puck coming back into the Montreal zone. He is not able to touch it the second time at center ice, so it becomes an icing. And Ovi bats it out of thin friggin' air. Thin air. Beauvillier kind of did a lob pass. Check this out. Thin air. Beauvillier flips, just a flip pass. And Ovi is able to get, oh, wow, he just snuck that by Montembeault. Wow. That is a goal score. That is a Legends goal. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. Woo! Wow. Guys, that's a walk-off home run, man. That's big. All right. Well, listen, it was fun hanging out with you for game one here. Oh, the cameraman just fell over. Hope he's okay. Super chats here. Apparently I missed a few super chats. James Stemler, I'm conflicted. The Leaf fan in me wants the Habs to lose. Well, they did. But the Leaf fan in me also wants them to do well so we can have the Habs in the conference final. James, you don't want that. Don't bring that evil on you. Don't cheer for anyone else. Justin Fisher says, let's keep this OT short. My boy Adam needs some sleep. Amen. That's true. I do need some sleep. Woo-hoo-hoo! Man, Ovi, that was crazy. Wes Richard dropping 5 SDPN memberships. So if you get an SDPN membership, that's GT2968IF, Alex Katsanos, Colton, Ethan Taylor, Nick. You guys all got SDPN memberships. Thanks to our buddy Wes Richard. Make sure you thank him. It's a big W for Wes. We love you, Wes. So kids, next game, I will see you, is Wednesday night. It's going to be Wednesday. It's going to be the rematch, the Montreal Canadiens and the Washington Capitals. Woo-wee! Overtime in the first game. We'll see how game 2 goes. I'm going to go home. I'm going to watch the Oilers and Kings because I want to see how it goes. And then I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed and I'm going to have a good old sleep. So I hope you guys have a fantastic night. Gripper Nation, it was great hanging out with you tonight. Big thank you to Robert Malloy. Big thank you to Hayden Matheson for kicking so much ass. We love you guys. That was lots and lots of fun. The Habs made it interesting. Couldn't quite make it, but that's okay. There's always game 2. We'll see you next time.